At the linebacker spots, you will see Rustin Bailey, 177-pound sophomore. Josiah Pattengall, 174-pound sophomore. Caden Sowers, 162-pound freshman. And at the defensive back spots, it'll be Gage Willoughby, 160-pound sophomore, and Talon Savage, who had a pick last week, 145-pound senior. Starting lineups for the Hoxie Indians under head coach Lance Barr, who's got over 100 wins in his career, has been at Hoxie for a long tenure now, and has taken them kind of from the lowest of lows to the highest of highs, winning that state championship in 2017, and have been longing to get back there since then, and we're trying to do it this year as the number one rated team in the state by many polls. They got to deal with them and Little River. Wichita County could be in there as well. It's going to be a great finish, and see who's going to be in Greensburg come the end of the season. Take you through their starting lineups. At the guard spots, it'll be 6 foot 180-pound senior Charlie Foote and 5 foot 9, 250-pound senior Malcolm King. At the center spot, it is 5 foot 11, 175-pound senior Max Beckman. At the tight end spots, 5'8", 175-pound senior Trent Fenner and 6'1", 205-pound senior Sam Watkins. At the quarterback spot, it's 5'10", 180-pound senior Duncan Bell. At the running back spot, 5'7", 180-pound senior Braden Sheets. And at the fullback spot, 5'11", 180-pound senior Easton Nicholson. Hoxie has won the toss, chose to defer, so Oberlin will start with the football to start the game. Hoxie will get it to start the second half. So that was the result of the coin toss, as the captains for the Oberlin Red Devils, Josiah Pattengall, Talon Savage, along with Rustin Bailey and Tyler Osmeyer come running back off the field, and we're just seconds away from kickoff. Finish off our starters on the defensive side of the football for the Indians. It's at the DN spots, 6'1", 205-pound senior Sam Watkins and 5'8", 170-pound junior Trent Fenner. The nose guard spot, Malcolm King, 5'9", 250 senior. At the linebackers spots, it's Matt Brett, 6 foot 195-pound sophomore. Easton Nicholson, 5'11", 180-pound senior. Braden Sheets, 5'7", 180-pound senior. And then at the defensive back spots, it's Duncan Bell, 5'10", 180-pound senior, and Braxton Monk, 5'7", 140-pound senior. So those are the starting lineups, and we are set and ready to go for Oberlin Red Devil football against rival Hoxie here from Smick Memorial Field. Been waiting for this one all week, and so have the Red Devil faithful. They were packed in 2 hours before the contest out in the parking lot, grilling up hot dogs and hamburgers and talking about tonight's game. It's going to be a good one. Hoxie and Oberlin, 4-0, 3-1. 1-0 in district play, and it'll all get decided on the gridiron. And here's the kick. It'll be a low end-over-end spinner. It'll bounce at the 5 and roll out of bounds. And so Oberlin will take over on their first possession, first down and 10 from the 15-yard line. And talking with some of the players before the game, they know how much of a game this is going to be to really show how improved Oberlin is from a year ago. Hoxie beat Oberlin 46-0 on their homecoming last year in Hoxie, and Oberlin remembers that like it was yesterday, and they want to make that not this year. So Gage Willoughby will go under center for the first snap of the game. Josiah Pattengall at the tip of the eye, takes a snap, fakes the handoff. It's a QB design run. Willoughby cuts back up, gets across the 15, makes his way out to about the 16-yard line for a nice pickup of 1, and the clock starts to move. 11:50 and counting to go here in the first quarter of play. So QB keeper, very interesting there. Call from none other head coach Brandon Hardwick, who usually likes to go to Josiah Pattengall on the first run, but instead he dials it up for his quarterback, who picks up a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Red Devils from the 16-yard line. 11 minutes, 30 seconds and counting to go in the first quarter of play. Red Devils want a nice long drive all the way throughout the first quarter. That's what they'd love. Willoughby will go under center. Sowers directly behind him, takes the snap, fullback trap up the middle. Sowers meets the defensive line, spins off of him, and then goes to the left before he's finally wrapped up and brought down to the ankles. And it'll bring up 3rd down here after another pickup of 1. They're going to say 2 there for Caden Sowers. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. So the Red Devils have kept it on the ground twice. See if they want to go through the air here on 3rd and 7. Have not handed it off to Josiah Pattengall yet. Pattengall last week had another great week on the offensive side of the football. 24 carries, 210 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's back there at the tip of the I formation here. One receiver out to the left. Willoughby takes a snap. It's a pitch to Pattengall. Pattengall the 15 to the 20. Still on his feet before it'll be wrapped up and brought down on the near side of the field here on the Oberlin sideline, right at about the 20-yard line. Needed to get out to the 25 if they wanted to get the first down. So Josiah Pattengall is able to pick up 2 yards, but it's not enough there, and the Red Devils will have to punt on their first possession of the game. So 3 straight runs for Brandon Hardwick and his squad, and just like that, it is a punt situation here, and it'll be Caden Sowers to punt it away. 10:39 to go in the first quarter. Clock stopped as he ran out of bounds. Here's Sowers. It's a high pooch kick that'll be making its way out of bounds, and this is going to be a bad punt. Goes off the side of the foot of Sowers. It didn't even reach the 40-yard line. They're going to mark this all the way back inside the 30-yard line. Called it about the 27, and that's where the Hoxie Indians will start with the football. So great field position for head coach Lance Bard and his squad. With 10:39 to go with the first quarter of play, nothing score. Oberlin goes 3 and out on their first drive, and here comes the high-powered offense of the Hoxie Indians. A little more balanced this year than years past, and it'll be led by Duncan Bell, the senior quarterback who threw just 1 interception last year. Already has 4 this season, but that's the only turnovers Hoxie has made. Bell out of the shotgun. He's got 1 receiver out to the right, takes a snap, pitches it off to Sheets at the 30, who cuts back there, still on his feet, 25 to the 20, cuts back, 15, 10, 5, all the way inside the 5-yard line before he's wrapped up and brought down. Saving the touchdown is Josiah Pattengall, and 1 play just like that on 1 rip takes it inside from about the 26, from about the 28-yard line to inside the 5 at the 2, they're going to call it. And so it'll be a pickup of 26 yards for Braden Sheets on the first play of the game. It was basically student body to the left, and then he cut back to the right, cut back to the left, cut back to the right, and was finally drugged down. And now I formation here for the Indians. Sheets at the tip of the eye, takes a snap, hands it off to him. Off right tackle, and he's in for the touchdown. So it didn't take long. That high-powered Hoxie offense is into the end zone on 2 plays, and it's 6-0 Indians with 10:12 to go in the first quarter of play. So Braden Sheets, 2 rushes, 28 yards, and a touchdown. And it's with 10:12 to go, it's 6-0. It was a bad punt from Caden Sowers, went off the side of his foot and went out of bounds before the 40-yard line, but it's where it goes out of bounds in the air, and that marked it inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line. Now Bell will go under center again. Quick snap, hands it off to Sheets off the right side, and Rustin Bailey will wrap him up and bring him down. So the Red Devils stop the bleeding there with a nice stop on the 2-point conversion. But Hoxie takes care of the short field with 2 plays, and they make it 6-0 with 10:12 to go in the first quarter of play. This is Oberlin Red Devil football here on 101.1 KFNF. 2 plays and a score for Lance Barr's squad from Hoxie as the Indians open up a 6-0 lead with 10-12 to go in the first quarter of play. The Red Devils go 3 and out on their first drive after it was a touchback, and from there, so it was 3 and out. Caden Sowers attempted to punt. It went off the side of his foot for a shank. And it was great field position for the Indians inside the 30 to about the 28. 2 plays later, the end of the end zone. Here's Finner's kick, and it's a nice end-over-end spinner that'll be fielded by Caden Sowers, but he went down to a knee right at the 15-yard line, and so the Red Devils, either way, would have started the 15 if it was a touchback or not. And they say Caden to go down and pick that ball up off the nice green grass here at Spink Memorial Field, went down to both knees, and so it'll be first down and 10 for the Red Devils from the 15-yard line. Their first drive ran it 3 straight times and only gained 5 yards against a very tough Hoxie Indian defense, especially up front and in the linebacker core. Red Devils will go under center again. One receiver out to the left, tucked on the line. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff to Sowers. It's off to Pattengall. He's at the 15 to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, still on his feet, 30, 20, 15 before he's finally wrapped up and brought down, pushed out of bounds by Duncan Bell. And the Indians allow a big one there. The Red Devils were looking for that big play, and they get it as Josiah Pattengall takes it from his own 15 inside the Hoxie Indian 15 at about the 14-yard line. What a gain of 51 yards right there for Josiah Pattengall, giving the Red Devils new life with 10 minutes and counting to go in the first quarter of play. Red Devils will go out of the I formation, one receiver off to the left. Pattengall at the tip of the eye again. Sowers between them. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Pattengall cuts back. He's at the 10. Still on his feet before he'll be wrapped up in the secondary and brought down just in front of the 5-yard line. So Josiah Pattengall, first rush, 2 yards. Second rush on the second drive, 51. And that one will go for a couple of there. 9:43 and counting to go in the first quarter of play. Pickup of 6 there by Josiah. And it'll bring up second down and 4 from the 8-yard line for the Red Devils. 9:34 and counting to go. What a run by Josiah Pattengall, kind of giving some life into that Oberlin Red Devils sideline after a quick score from the Indians. Willoughby under center again. Sowers directly behind him, takes the snap, fakes it once. Now he does hand it off to Sowers, who goes off the left side and gets it near the 5-yard line after a nice pickup, and it'll bring up third down for the Red Devils. Need to get it inside the 5. They're going to mark it about a yard short. It'll bring up third down and 1 here for the Red Devils after Caden Sowers picks up 3. And we kind of talked with head coach Brendan Hardwick. He says, our workhorse is Josiah Pattengall, but we don't want him working the horse as much as he did in that Dighton game where he had 34 carries. They're going to try to spread it out a little bit in the backfield, and they have so far. Willoughby will go under center. Sowers directly behind him. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now it's off to Pattengall. Breaks a tackle. He's at the 5, carrying defenders with him inside the 5, and now into the end zone for a touchdown. Josiah Pattengall with the whole Hoxie defense on his back carries him in for an Oberlin Red Devil touchdown with 8:39 to go. And so Josiah Pattengall says, 1 man on me? Nah. 2? Nah. 3? Nah. He carries them all in with him and scores. And just like that, the Red Devils are right back in it. They tie it up at 6 with a chance to take the lead with 8:39 to go in the first quarter of play. Caden Shaw will kneel down as the center. And now Gage Willoughby will go under center. Sowers between him and Pattengall, who's at the tip of the eye in the I formation. Takes the snap, hands it off. Pattengall cuts back. He's met by the defensive line from the Indians, wrapped up and brought down. So 2 non-successful point conversions for either team. And now we head to Hoxie's chance to try to respond. 8:39 to go here in the first quarter of play. It is Oberlin 6, Hoxie 6. It's Oberlin Red Devil football here on 101.1 KFNF. Back here from Smick Memorial Field where, man, oh man, what a first quarter we've had. 12 points already in the first 4 minutes of the ball game. And the Red Devils, who went 3 and out of their first drive. It was a tough punt from Caden Sowers that went off the side of his foot, and they marked it out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Hoxie takes care of the easy field position with a touchdown on 2 plays. Oberlin then gets a 51-yard rush from Josiah Pattengold to inside the 15. A couple of plays later, they're to the end zone, and we're knotted up at 6. And it'll be Gus Emick on the kick. He sends it out to Braxton Monk just across the 10. He's at the 20, cuts back at the 25, still on his feet to the 30, still on his feet there before he'll finally be wrapped up and brought down near midfield right at about the 30-yard line as Gus Emick with a nice little pooch kick there to just in front of the 10-yard line. So that's where Hoxie will start with the football. Again, somewhat shorter field position, as if you kick it out of the back of the end zone, you start with it at the 15. They're starting with it here, first down and 10 from their own 30-yard line. First time Hoxie has started to drive behind their 40, and it's only their second drive. Bell will go out of the shotgun. He's got Watkins as a receiver out to the right, man on either hip of the backfield. Sends a man in motion out, right to left, takes the snap. It's a pitch to Sheets. Sheets rushing out to the right side before he's wrapped up and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It was Tyler Rossmeyer getting to him first, and he puts them back into their heels there on first down. And the Red Devils have came to play on the defensive line. A huge stop right there after the Red Devils allowed a 26-yard rush on the first attempt from Sheets. This time they move him back a yard. It's a TFL for none other than Tyler Rossmeyer, who has just seemed to own those TFLs all season long. Bell will go out of the shotgun again. He's got Sheets on his hip. They're heavy to the left. Bell takes the snap, hands it off to Sheets. Sheets off the right side, cuts back, still on his feet, across the 35-yard line. Makes it out to the 36 before he's finally wrapped up and brought down from behind. And it'll bring up third down here for the Indians, just in front of the 40-yard line with 7:38 and counting to go in the first quarter of play, as it was 2nd and 11 there to 3rd and 5. So a pickup of 6 for Braden Sheets. They've rushed him 4 times for 33 yards already in the contest. 7:24 and counting to go with the first quarter of play. Duncan Bell receives the play, now looking at the armband, and will tell it to his offensive starters in line. So Duncan Bell leads him up to the football. Receiver out to either side. He's got Sheets. No, Sheets is going to go out as a receiver. Nobody in the backfield along with Bell. Sends a man in motion right to left across the line. That's Nicholson. Takes the snap, looking, throws it out to him in the flat. Pass caught, and he'll make it out across the sticks for a first down to the far side of the football field. Taking it from the 36 into Red Devil territory to the 35. So a great drawn-up play there. Just threw it out of the flat to Easton Nicholson. And the Hoxie Indians are in business as a pickup of 9 there on third down, and the Indians convert. So Easton Nicholson, who's been very active out of the backfield this season in the passing sense for the Indians, just makes his 8th grab of the season. 6:42 to go in the first quarter of play. 6-6 our score. We have a stoppage on the field, and it looks like on the far side, one of the sticks, the marker that signifies where the ball started in that downs, was having some issues, and so the teams are going to be able to get together on the respective sidelines and get a drink of water. 6:42 to go here in the first quarter of play. We're knotted up at 6 apiece between these two bitter rivals that sit just about 30 minutes away as the crow flies from each other. And there is, you can't tell me, there's a lot of respect there of these two programs. Hoxie's, it's been a little more rich in that sense over the last few years, but Oberlin has got something brewing here, and they have kind of shown Hoxie that they are here to play in this first quarter. 6-6, 6:39 and counting to go. Bell will go to the shotgun. Receiver out to the right, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, QB design run, read option, He spins off one tackle, still on his feet to the 30, 25, 20, inside, almost to the 15-yard line, and Duncan Bell, who spun off 2 defenders at the 30-yard line, found some space again, and makes his way out, cuts it up the sideline, and gets it out inside the 20 as he takes it from the 35 inside of the 20 to the 18. So a great pickup of 13 yards right there by Duncan Bell. 17 yards, from Duncan Bell on the first down carry. Brings up a new set of downs. First down and 10 here for the Indians. They'll go out of the I formation, fakes the pitch, hands it off to Nicholson off the right side of the 15, down to the 10-yard line before he's wrapped up and brought down. It's Talon Savage along with Caden Sowers there on the far side of the football field. Great play call right there as they were heavy set to the right out of the I formation, and they handed it off to Nicholson, who took it back to the left as the Red Devils set up to the right side. It's a pickup of 6 on that play. Nicholson's first carry, and it was 6:01 to go here in the first quarter. Hoxie driving inside the red zone here as they'll have second down and 4 from, call it, the 11-yard line. 6-6, 5:50 and counting to go in the first quarter of play. Duncan Bell out of the shotgun here. He's got a man on his hip, sheets to the right, one receiver out to the left, one to the right, motion sheets out to the right, and now he will stand as a slot receiver. Since a man in motion right to left across the line, he comes behind him. It's a pitch out to Braxton Monk. Monk at the 15, cuts back there, still on his feet to the 10, spinning on his feet still as he's weaving between every Oberlin defender that was out there, dives his way across the sticks and gets to the 5-yard line. So a pickup of 6 from Braxton Monk on the carry. And so Braxton Monk comes in with a big rush there, one of his first and few carries so far this season. 5:26 and counting to go in the first quarter of play. Hoxie with the football inside the Oberlin 10-yard line at the 5. First and goal. 6-6, 5:12 to go in the first quarter of play. Hoxie with a great drive here that started at their own 30. Bell to the shotgun, sends a man in motion out into the flat that Sheets, takes the handoff, fakes it, read option, and it's going to be blown up and brought down to the backfield. He read it wrong as Garrett Emmett came in and blew him up for a loss of 10 or more. So Garrett Emmett shoves him back behind the 10 and almost to the 15-yard line there, as this is going to be a huge loss of about, as they're going to take it second down and goal to the 14-yard line is where they're going to call that. So it's a loss of 11 on the play from Duncan Bell. Loss of 9, by Duncan Bell on the play on his attempted rush on the read option. Hoxie with the football again, and now we'll have a timeout on the football field as it looks like Coach Lance Barr wants to talk things over. 4:18 to go here in the first quarter of play. We're going to keep it right here. Oberlin Red Devil football on 101.1 KFNF today has been brought to you by Aqua Shield Roofing, Bainter Oil, Creative Collision, Colligan of Oberlin, Decatur Co-op, Decatur County Beef, Decatur Health, Farm Credit of Western Kansas, First State Bank of Hoxie, FNB Bank of Oberlin, and Frederickson Insurance Agency. Big thank you to all of them for helping to support Oberlin, Red Devil, and Hoxie Indian Athletics here on 101.1 KFNF. 4:18 to go in the first quarter of play. Hoxie with the football. They were inside the 10 to the 5, but it was a read option call for Duncan Bell, and usually he doesn't misread those a lot. That time he did as Garrett Emmett blew up his man on the far side of the line and wrapped him up and pounded him into the Schmick Memorial Field turf for a loss of 9 to bring up second down and goal from the 14-yard line. This is what the Red Devils did last week against St. Francis. If you can remember back, they had that bend, don't break mentality as St. Francis had the football inside the red zone 4 times, inside the 10, 5 times, inside the 10 4 times, and 3 of those times they had a goal-to-go situation and only scored 1 touchdown in the second half of play. Red Devils trying to pull off something just like that right here, as it'll be second down and goal for the Indians from the 14-yard line. Bell with 2 receivers to the right, none to the left, sends a man in motion right to left across the line. That's Monk, has a man on his hip, takes the snap, looking to throw out of the flat. Now he throws it back to the other side, sets it up for Finner. Finner at the 10 to the 5, and a walk in for a touchdown. They set up a backside tight end screen, and it works out perfectly with 4:11 to go in the first quarter. It's 12-6 as Hoxie is back on the board with a 14-yard pass and catch from Duncan Bell to Trent Finner. That's his first catch of the season, and it goes for a touchdown. So Trent Finner on a backside tight end screen. Great call by Lance Barr. He's one of the best play callers in the state. I think anybody would tell you that, even Coach Hardwick. All of these guys in the same district look up to each other, and I know a lot of people have been looking up to Coach Barr as of late. 4:11 to go, 12-6. Here's the snap of the two-point conversion to Sheets. He cuts it back, dives off his tackles, and he's into the end zone for the two-point conversion. So it's 8 points there to give the Hoxie Indians the lead, 14-6. 4:11 to go here in the first quarter of play. It's Hoxie 14, Oberlin 6. This is Oberlin Red Devil football on 101.1 KFNF. Welcome back here from Spick Memorial Field. Sorry about that, dealing with some technical difficulties here, but we are back. And in that time that you missed, Oberlin ran it a couple of times. They coughed up the football right at the 15-yard line after the kick was for a touchback. And now with 2:25 to go, they'll have to punt it away as... So Josiah got him back to the original line of scrimmage, and now the punt is blocked, and the Hoxie Indians will dive on top of the football. It's Sam Watkins coming off the left side. He blocks it. The ball squirted out to the 10, to the 15, and that's where Hoxie will take over. So what a change of events. Hoxie dealing with a second down and goal from the 14-yard line, uses a backside tight end screen, and they take it into the end zone for a touchdown. And 3 plays later, they blocked the punt, and now they are set up very perfect first down and 10 from the 14-yard line. So Oberlin, their first turnover since the Wallace County game. So a blocked punt. That's the second time Hoxie has done that this season. Trent Finner had one last week, and out Sam Watkins on the left side. Bell will go out of the shotgun here. Man on his hip. One receiver out to the left, sends Sheets out in motion to the right. He'll become a receiver, takes the snap, looking to throw to the right. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, looking to run. He throws it up into the end zone. The pass is caught by Nicholson for a touchdown. And now a flag will come in here, and we'll see who it's going to be on. Is it on the Indians? Could the touchdown be called back as the flag sits just across the 20-yard line at about the 19. The white hat was the one that threw the flag, and it will be holding called on the Indians, so that'll move them back 10 yards. And the Red Devils watch a touchdown come off the board for the Indians. Just what they needed right there. Get some life back after a blocked punt. So the Red Devils punt team today having a tough time as Caden Sowers shanked it off his foot on the first punt, and then they have the second one blocked. And now the Indians commit a huge penalty right there, as that'll force them all the way back to across the 20 at the 25-yard line. It's first down and 20 from right there. Bell of the shotgun. Man on either hip. Sends Sheets out in motion to the right. Two receivers there. One to the left. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Nicholson. Breaks one tackle. Still on his feet before he's wrapped up and brought down for a hard-earned 3 yards. It was Rustin Bailey to finish him off. And so it'll bring up second down at about 18 here for the Indians from the 22-yard line to the Red Devils with 1:25 and counting to go in the first quarter of play. Second down and 18, 14-6, Hoxie out in front. Red Devils trying to come up with a huge defensive stop here to keep this just at a touchdown game. The Red Devils now with their backs against the wall. Did this a couple of times last week. Bell out of the shotgun. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Man on his hip. Sends a motion right to left across the line. That's Monk. Takes the snap. Looking to throw it out to the right. Pump fakes. Finds a man wide open over the middle. It's Monk at the 10. Breaks a tackle. He's at the 5, and he's into the end zone. Excuse me, that's Trent Finner for his second touchdown of the night. He broke Caden Sowers' tackle right at the 10-yard line and ran it in the rest of the way. So it's a 22-yard pass and catch for Duncan Bell. His second passing touchdown of the night, and the Hoxie Indians now lead it 20-6 and have a chance to go up 22-6 here with 55.5 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. So what a change of momentum, and it happens just like that at the snap of a finger. Duncan Bell and his man will go out of the shotgun here. He's got 3 receivers bunched up out to the left, nobody to the right, a 4-man front. Takes the snap, looking, throws it out into the flat, pass caught by Monk. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down, so the wide receiver screen does not work on the 2-point conversion attempt. So it stays a 14-point game here with 55.5 seconds to go in quarter number 1. It is Oberlin down 20-6 to the Hoxie Indians. It's Oberlin Red Devil football here on 101.1 KFNF. Welcome back here from Smick Memorial Field. Do apologize about the last couple of minutes there. Have been dealing with some technical difficulties, but we're back up and going, and glad you're along with us still. 20-6, now Hoxie in front. So since the time that you left us, Hoxie punched in a touchdown on that backdoor screen to Trent Finner from 14 yards out. Oberlin went 3 and out, and then the punt was blocked. It put Hoxie with great field position. They had a holding penalty that put them all the way back to the 22. And then one play later, they were to the end zone, and Trent Finner will down this one to the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Trent Finner is more of a weapon than anybody thinks he is, because Oberlin now for the third straight time has to start with the football at the 15, while Hoxie hasn't had to start there at all. They've had great field position, obviously with a couple of Red Devil mistakes, but even on the one that the Red Devils kicked off on, they started at the 30-yard line. So Finner punting it into the end zone every time is certainly a weapon. 55.5 seconds to go here in quarter number one. Willoughby will go out of the I formation. Patton Gall at the tip of the I. Receiver out to the right. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Patton Gall. Matt's right there at the defensive line and brought down. That play was blown up from the beginning as it was designed to go to the left. He had to cut back to the right, and he was met by Malcolm King and many more right up front. King just shoved him right back. They say with forward progress, it's only a loss of 1, and it'll bring up second down here for Oberlin, second and 11 from their own 14-yard line. Josiah, 6 carries, 69 yards on the day, and a touchdown. But you take away that 51-yard run, he's only got 18 yards. It's been tough to rush the football tonight for the Red Devils against this stacked box from the Hoxie Indians out of the I formation again. No receivers, stacked front. Here's the snap. Hand off to Patton Gall. He cuts back, gets some room this time before he's finally wrapped up and brought down by the second wave of Hoxie defenders. It's Sam Watkins that'll wrap him up. So he gains about 2 there to bring up third down and 9 for the Red Devils, and that's where the quarter will come to a close. 1 quarter in the books here from Smick Memorial Field. It is Oberlin down 20-6 to Hoxie. It's Oberlin Red Devil football here on 101.1 KFNF. Back here from Smick Memorial Field, 1 quarter in the books, and it belongs to the Hoxie Indians as Hoxie out in front 20-6. Oberlin did something, though, that no team has done against Hoxie in the first quarter, and that's actually score. They were outscoring opponents 82-0 in the first quarter, so the Red Devils can maybe add that to their back, but would love a score here. And the first play from scrimmage out of the timeout. It's a long throw deep down the left sideline looking for Sowers, and he just overthrew him at the 30-yard line to the Hoxie Indians. Great play call on 3rd and 9, looking for the home run ball. If you remember back 2 weeks ago, that was what they drew up on the first play of scrimmage against Wallace County, and it went for 6. This time it goes for an incompletion, and it'll bring up 4th down and 9. The Red Devils will have to punt again, who just punted a second ago, and it's Caden Sowers, the punter, that was making the long, so he's got to make a run all the way to the 30, back inside the 10, and he will punt it away from the 5-yard line. Here's the snap. It's a low punt. Now Caden Sowers is going to try to run it up the middle. Flags come in. It'll be wrapped up and brought down to the 15-yard line. And Hoxie, again, they're out of 3 out of their 4 drives. They have started with amazing field position. And will they have it again as a flag did come in? And could this save the Red Devils here? We will see. It looks like they're going to go over and talk with Lance Barr and see if he wants to accept a penalty here. So it'll go against Oberlin. The penalty will be declined, and Hoxie will have the football. First down and 10 from the 15-yard line. It was holding called on the Red Devils. The penalty is declined, and so Hoxie, again, for the 3rd drive this game, they've had 4 total. will start inside Oberlin territory and inside the 20. Second time now they have started inside the 15 or right at the 15. First down and 10 for the Indians. They're calling it from the 16. It's actually from the 15. 11:49 to go out of the shotgun. Bell, receiver on either hip. One receiver out to either side. Back on either hip. Now motion sheets out to the left. It's a read option. He runs it off the left side. He's wrapped up and brought down there on the right side, and it'll be brought down by Tyler Rossmeyer to bring up second down with 11:39 to go here in the first half. So Hoxie out in front, 20-6. It's a pickup of 1 for Duncan Bell, who's had 3 rushes today for 9 yards, but you take away that negative 9-yard rush on the read option. He's got 18 rush yards. Bell out of the shotgun, a receiver out to either side. He's got Nicholson on his hip. Bell takes the snap at the chest, looking, throws it out of the flat, pass caught by Sheets. He cuts back at the 5, dives his way for the end zone on the far side of the field, looking for the far side pylon, and he's going to come up short, but put the Indians into a goal-to-go situation, and it'll bring up first down and goal, so they had it at the 14, take it to about the 1, pickup of 13 yards through the air. Duncan Bell hasn't thrown an incompletion yet, as he hits Braden Sheets that time, who wasn't in the backfield, instead lined up as a receiver. And it'll make it 10:48 to go. First and goal from the 1-I formation. QB sneak off the left side. Is he in? Yes, he is. So Duncan Bell runs it in from 1 yard out on the QB sneak. It's his fifth touchdown of the season, and Hoxie makes it a 20-point lead at 26-6 with 10:36 to go in the first half of play. So what a flip of events. Oberlin, who tied it at 6, Hoxie went on a long drive, punched it in, and then since then it has been all Hoxie inside Red Devil territory, inside the red zone practically the whole time. 10:36 to go, not practically, the whole time. 2-point conversion attempt here. Bell to the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Sends a man in motion left to right. That Sheets. And now a flag will come in. And there was a lot going on with that play as Bell was empty in the backfield. And he had 2 stacked up to the right along the line and the line of scrimmage. And then he had 2 to the left, and instead they're going to call a false start, so that'll move him back 5 yards. And for all my Red Devil fans out there, it's been a good first quarter. The first half, as the Red Devils have only committed 1 penalty that was declined, so it doesn't really count compared to 19 what they had last week. So it'll be 2-point conversion attempt again here across the 5, put it at about the 7. Bell out of the shotgun. They're going to try to run the same play. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Sends a man in motion. It's Monk. He hands it off to him. No, he looks, throws it, has a man in the end zone, and it's incomplete. I thought he was going to hand it off to Braxton Monk on the jet sweep left to right across the line. Instead, he pulls it looking for Sam Watkins in the end zone. Throws it just at his knees, and Watkins tried to dive for it, but it comes up short. So the 2-point conversion fails, but Hoxie adds to their lead. They make it a 20-point game with 10:36 to go here in quarter number 2. It's Hoxie 26, Oberlin 6 on 101.1 KFNF. Welcome back here from Smick Memorial Field, where a turn of events has happened as Hoxie has had 4 drives in the contest, 3 of which have started on Red Devil territory, and 2 of those 3 have started inside the 10-yard line. And so the Indians, but were then driven out of that inside the 10-yard line a couple of times as well, as it was a bad snap on the punt there, and now Finner will send a high end-over-end squib boot that'll take a bounce. It'll be returned here by Gage Willoughby at the 15, and he dives his way forward. So the Red Devils, I don't think, expected Finner to give him a punt give him a kick to return as it started out high and then bounced down low along the ground, and Willoughby was able to pick it up and take it out to about the 15 or 16-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Red Devils from their own 15-yard line. Oberlin has started here practically on every single drive tonight. So first down and 10, 10:31 to go in the first half. Red Devils down by 20, 26-6. It'll be Gage Willoughby under center. He's got Sowers directly behind him. Pattengall off to the right of Sowers. One receiver out to the left. Pattengall takes the snap, hands it off. Pattengall still on his feet, as Willoughby taking the snap, handed it off to Pattengall, and he gets back to maybe the original line of scrimmage to bring up second down. They're actually going to say he loses maybe a half yard or so, and it'll bring up second down and a little more than 10. I think the scoreboard's going to keep it at 2nd and 10. So that rush will go for no gain. 10:07 to go here in the first half. 26-6. Second down and a little more than 10, probably a half yard more than 10 to go for the Red Devils after Josiah Pattengall loses a half yard on that first rush. Willoughby will go under center here. He's got Sowers between him and Pattengall, who stands at the tip of the I formation, heavy set to the right. And now a timeout will be called by the Oberlin Red Devils. So we will take one with them. 9:46 to go in the first half. 26-6. Hoxie out in front. It's Red Devil football on 101.1 KFNF. Smick Memorial Field trying to get some life back into the Red Devil faithful are the Red Devils. They have second down and 10 from their own 15-yard line. 26-6. Hoxie out in front here with 9:46 to go in the first half. I formation look here for the Red Devils from the left hash. Pattengall stands at the top of the I. Heavy set to the right, takes the snap. He'll go off to the right side, breaks a tackle, still on his feet at the 20 before he's wrapped up and brought down high and low there. First to get to him was Easton Nicholson, and then finishing him off was Duncan Bell. So it'll bring up third down and manageable here for the Red Devils. Third and about 5 at the 20-yard line after the pickup of 5 from Josiah Pattengall. So the Red Devils on third down today have not been able to convert a lot. And now they're going to call it it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Red Devils from the 20-yard line. Willoughby will go under center. He's got Sowers directly behind him. Pattengall will be off Sowers' hip to the right. Nobody out as a receiver. Heavy set line to the left. Willoughby takes the snap, hands it off. Cutting off to the left is Sowers, still on his feet before he's finally wrapped up and brought down. Saw a surge of a gray helmet make its way out near the sticks, but it came up just a bit short after he was wrapped up front and behind by the Hoxie Indians defense. Easton Nicholson, the one to wrap him up by the legs. It'll bring up 4th and 3 for the Red Devils, down by 20 with 8:40 to go in the second quarter of play. And Gage Willoughby is running in a play. See if the Red Devils want to go for it here on 4th down. Caden Sowers able to pick up 2 yards there. 4th and 3 for the Red Devils. 4th and 2, out of the pickup of 3 there. 4th and 2. Willoughby under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Pattengall, cuts back. Does he have enough to get the first down? Yes, he does. So keep moving the sticks. Josiah Pattengall, who had to break tackles left and right in the backfield, finally was able to cut it up right there near the 25-yard line and takes it out across the 25 to the 27. So a pickup of 4 to bring up a first down for the Red Devils. Red Devils wearing the home red uniforms, gray pants, gray helmets with a trident on the side. Hoxie in all white with the red helmets and the red H on one side, number on the other. Out of the I formation again, Willoughby takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling out to his right. It's a QB boot. He still gets back, tries to cut back at the 25. and he got lodged into the Smick Memorial Field turf. And luckily, nobody was hurt on that play as he's able to pick up a few yards, though. Gets it out across the 30, That's where he got caught up in the turf with a little turf monster there. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6 here for the Red Devils after the pickup of 4 for Gage Willoughby. So 2nd down and 6 for the Red Devils. 7:18 to go in the first half of play. 26-6. Hoxie in front. Willoughby will go under center. Pattengall at the top of the eye. Willoughby takes the snap, hands it off. Pattengall met at the line of scrimmage and brought right back down. A man met him in the backfield, shoved him backwards. He was able to get off of him, and then at 3 or 4, Hoxie defenders wrap him up and shove him back for a loss of a couple of yards to about the 30-yard line is where they're going to have it here, or maybe just in front of it, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7. So a loss of 1 there for Josiah. Brings up 3rd down and 7 for the Red Devils with 6:42 and counting to go before the halftime break. 26-6, Hoxie out in front. Hoxie's 3 out of their 4 drives have started in Red Devil territory. They've scored on all 4 drives to start the contest. Oberlin scored on their 2nd drive and has kind of been dormant since. Now with a 3rd and 7 from the 30-yard line to their own. Under center, Willoughby takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's looking to throw. Has a man deep down the field. It's Tyler Rossmeyer. Comes back and makes the catch at the 20-yard line. Tyler Rossmeyer, are you kidding me? Again, Tyler being the big threat in the receiving game. What a pass by Gage Willoughby. It'll go for 30 yards and set the Red Devils up into Hoxie territory inside the 20-yard line. It's just what they needed. With 6:14 to go, the clock will stop. Gage Willoughby with his first completion of the day, and it'll go for 30 yards. To Tyler Rossmeyer. Willoughby will go to the I formation again. Heavy set to the left. Willoughby takes the snap, hands it off. Pattengall on his feet to the 15. Now a barrel pile with him, still on his way to the 10, inside the 10. How about that? That is called team running right there for the Red Devils, and they put him inside the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and short for the Red Devils after the pickup of 8 on the first rush from Josiah Pattengall with a gang of offensive linemen behind him. So Josiah now with 11 carries for 85 yards on the night already in the first half. 2nd down and goal for the Red Devils. 2nd down and 2 for the Red Devils from the 9-yard line. Willoughby will go out of the I formation again here. Heavy set to the right on the offensive line. Sowers and Pattengall in the backfield. Takes a snap. It's a pitch out to the left. Pattengall at the 10 and couldn't slip the defender there to get the corner. And he maybe dove forward for an inch or two, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Red Devils from the 9. So 5:21 to go. It's been 2 big plays for the Red Devils that have set them up close for a chance to score. The first one they capitalized on, it was that 51-yard run from Josiah. And now Gage Willoughby with a 30-yard pass and catch to the big TE Tyler Rossmeyer, who came back to the football at the 20 with 2 men almost draped around him, and makes a huge catch. 4:56 to go here in the first half of play. Willoughby out of the I formation. Heavy set to the right. Pattengall at the top of the I. Takes the snap. Hands it off to the fullback. Sowers, who gets busted at the line and then thrown backwards after he tried to bounce it outside by Braden Sheets. And he'll be all the way back across the 10 at the 11 maybe, or right at the 10. So it'll be a loss of 1 there for Caden Sowers, and bring up decision time for Brandon Hardwick. Well, not really decision time, but decision time on what play you want to call. Do you go through the air here or trust your defense, trust your offensive line to get you the 4 yards? 4th down and 4 for the Red Devils from the 10-yard line. Sticks sit at about the 6. They'll go out of the I formation. Heavy set to the right with just 1 lineman to the left. Willoughby calling out the signals. Almost got him to go off sides as one man did jump, but he got back in time. That's what they were wanting to do the whole time there, was kind of get a little bit of a bluff, and now they're going to call a timeout and think things over. 4:01 to go with the first half of play. Second quarter, 26-6. Hoxie out in front. Oberlin two huge plays in the contest that have put him into Hoxie Indian territory. Other than that, it's been a very dry night for Brandon Hardwick's offense, and I'm sure they'll make some halftime adjustments to try to reach back around that. But this is a huge score for the Red Devils, who have to give the ball up at halftime, as it'll be Hoxie to start with the football coming out of the break as they won the toss and chose to defer. The Red Devils got here on a third down play. And it was a Tyler Osmeyer 30-yard pass and catch from Gage Willoughby. Gage, on the season, has been a pretty efficient passer, now 7 of 17. Not the greatest anyway, but it seems like he's been able to, keep it out of harm's way. Just one interception, so far on the season. 26-6, Hoxie in front. 4:01 to go before each team will retreat to the locker rooms. Oberlin will come out of the timeout, one receiver to the right. Patton Gall to tip the I formation set here. Takes the snap. Willoughby fakes the handoff, rolling out to his right. He's pressured, throws it up into the back of the end zone. Osmeyer comes back. The pass is picked off. Flags are in the end zone. Bell picked it off of the end zone. He's at the 10, to the 15, still on his feet to the 20, to the 25, and he cuts back there to the 35-40, to the 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5. It is a 100-yard pick six for Duncan Bell, but there is a flag to be addressed in the end zone. And so the Red Devils might get away and might see Hoxie have another touchdown taken off the board with a PI call here, as Osmeyer came back to the football, cutting across about 2 or 3 yards inside the end zone, came back to it and made an attempt to get the catch. And it bounced off of his hands into Duncan Bell, who took it up the near sideline and all the way. But a 100-yard pick six looks like it's going to be taken off of the scoreboard if everything holds true here. And luckily there was no penalties on either Oberlin or Hoxie there on the ensuing interception return for a touchdown. And who's it going to be on? And it looks like it's going against Hoxie, as we'll wait and see. The white hat is going to make and address the fans here with a call at about the 35-yard. Now he's still walking, and he's going to call the officials together again to go over it. I'd assume a PI call here. And no, it's going to be holding called on the Indians. So that'll give the Red Devils a first down. So holding on the defense, how about that? So the Red Devils have now seen 2 Hoxie Indian touchdowns taken off the board via penalties, both of them on the hold. And yeah, that'll be a first down for the Red Devils, and it'll take it inside the 10-yard line at the 5. So it winds up being about a 5-yard penalty there for Hoxie, because it's half the distance to the goal. So the Red Devils will have first and goal from just across the 5. The tip of the football sits right on the 5-yard line. Every other part of the football is behind it. First down and goal for the Red Devils from the 5-yard line. Willoughby out of the I formation. Willoughby calling out the signals, takes the snap, hands it off. Patton Gall, he's at the 5, dives his way to the 2 before he's finally wrapped up and brought down to the momentum. Couldn't push him forward. The extra couple of yards, they'll say his forward progress gets him to the 2, and it'll bring up second down and goal for the Red Devils. So second and goal for the Red Devils, 3:16 and counting to go. They'll call it 2nd and 3, actually, for the Red Devils. So second and goal for the Red Devils from the 3-yard line. 3 minutes and counting to go before halftime. 26-6 Hoxie. Willoughby out of the I formation. Heavy set line to the right. Willoughby takes the snap, hands it off. Patton Gall goes back left, still on his feet, trying to take his back across the inside, and he couldn't, and he's wrapped up and brought down to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up third down and goal for the Red Devils with 2:40 and counting to go in the first half. So with third down and goal, what is Brandon Hardwick going to go to here? Talon Savage will make his way onto the field and see if the Red Devils maybe want to go a little bit, not so much heavy set, try to draw them off sides or with a try to draw them kind of out of their assignments with a pitch or something along those lines here. Or will they try to give it off to Caden Sowers? Third and goal for the Red Devils from the Hoxie Indian 3-yard line. Willoughby will go under center. Caden Sowers directly behind him. Patton Gall off of his right hip. Sowers takes the snap, fakes the handoff once, twice. Now he's rolling out to his right, looking, throws it up, and the pass will be picked off by Braden Sheets. He tried to flick it back to the left sides, and Braden Sheets will pick it off at the 3-yard line. So after all of that, it turns out being a turnover, and I don't know what happened there. If Gage thought someone was running that way or the pass got deflected up in the air, but Braden Sheets comes down with it, who came off of his man that he was blocking against to make the interception. And Hoxie, with 2:03 to go in the first half, will have the football first down and 10 from the 3-yard line after the pick. So Duncan Bell thought he had himself a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown, and instead, 100 yards because he caught it in the end zone, but so now Bell will go under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Sheets off the right side. He's at the 5, tumbling tacklers along with them on the far side of the field to get out and gain a couple of yards. It'll bring up second down with a 1:53 to go. So just a play there to get them out from their backs against their own end zone. So it'll bring up second down and 5 here for the Indians after the pickup of 5 there from Braden Sheets, who's got 38 yards rushing tonight. 1:35 and counting to go in quarter number 2. Hoxie with the football, second down and 6 from the 8-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Bell. 3 receivers to the left, none to the right. Bell takes the snap, looking out to his left. Now he's wanting to throw the home run. Ball comes back to his right. He's on the scramble. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down. Duncan Bell tried to get out to the right and scramble, and instead it's Tyler Rossmeyer and the rest of the gang, along with Garrett Emick and Theodore Butterfield, I think, got in there as well and almost came up with the sack. It'll bring up third down and 6 now for the Indians. So third down and 6 for the Indians. 50 ticks left in the first half of play. 3rd and 6 from the 8-yard line of the Red Devils. Bell will go out of the shotgun. He's got a man on his hip, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. It's Sheets on his hip in the backfield to the left side. He takes the snap. Bell looking to throw, still looking. He'll throw it out into the flat. Pass caught by Monk at the 15. Makes a man miss, still on his feet to the 20 before he dives his way out of bounds. And are they going to wind the clock here? This will be interesting to see. And I think they said he was out of bounds, so the clock will stop with 29.4 seconds to go. And it's a first down play there, a pickup of 12 through the air for Duncan Bell. And a timeout on the field. Braxton Monk now with 2 receptions for 34 yards. We'll keep it right here on this timeout. 29.4 seconds to go in the first half of play. 26-6. Oberlin, who had a 30-yard pass and catch, get him inside the 10-yard line in Hoxie territory. A couple of plays later, they got him inside the 20, I should say, into the red zone. A couple of plays later, they were inside the 10, and on 3rd and goal, they attempted a pass. It was picked off, ran all the way back, but they called Hoxie for holding, so it was their second touchdown taken off the board. The next play out of the timeout, Oberlin throws a pick, and so Hoxie now trying to use that turnover to their advantage here with minimal time, just 29.4 seconds to go. If you can remember back to last year's game, Hoxie went on an incredible 50-second drive to try to end the game at halftime, and they ended up doing it, beating Oberlin last year 46-0. Oberlin hasn't beat Hoxie since 2015 when they won right here at Schmick Memorial Field, 36-28. Hoxie has won the last 8 straight games over the Red Devils, 26-6, 29.4 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Hoxie will have the football. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line of their own. Bell out of the shotgun. He's got a man on his right hip. Receiver out to either side. Sends him in motion left to right. That's Monk. He'll now have 2 out to the right side. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Throws it out of the flat. And Sheets, it'll go through his hands. He had blockers in front of him and was hoping to get some help from his receivers out there as well to break off a big run. And instead, they'll all be called back, and it'll bring up second down and 10. That's Duncan Bell's first incompletion of the game. So he's 5 of 6 for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. 25.7 seconds left in the first half. 26-6. Hoxie with the football. Second down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. The Red Devils kind of sending everybody back, trying to avoid the big play and see if Hoxie maybe wants to throw it over the middle, get some short yardage here, and try to put it in a position to strike right at the end of the half. Two receivers to the right, none to the left. Man on Bell's hip of the backfield, out of the shotgun. Takes the snap of the chest, looking, throws down to the flat. Pass caught by Watkins at the 20. Still on his feet as he carries defenders with him. It keeps himself in bounds just in front of the 20-yard line at about the 24. And there will be 14 seconds left here. And then Lance Barr will call a timeout with 13.0 seconds on the clock here before the first half after the pickup of 4 for the Indians there through the air. So we'll keep it right here as we're just about set and ready to go for a halftime report. 3rd down and 6. 26-6 coming up here at halftime in your halftime report. Get you your first half numbers from both Hoxie and Oberlin. Take you through your scoring summary, kind of give you a recap as well. Maybe check some scores from around the state in eight-man Division I and other games of note. Sam Watkins with his first reception. It's 6 completions today for Duncan Bell to 5 different receivers. If that's not the spread offense, I don't know what is. 13 seconds to go here in the first half of play. 26-6. Hoxie with a football. First down and 10. 3rd and 6, from the 24-yard line of their own. So we'll see what Hoxie wants to draw up here. Oberlin is going to send a 3-man front is what it looks like. And they'll have 3 in the linebacker's spot. 3 or 4 there. They're going to send a couple of guys extra back. 3 receivers split off to the left. Empty formation here for Duncan Bell. Bell out of the shotgun, takes a snap at the chest. He pump fakes. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, rolling out to his right. Pump fakes again, throws over the middle, has a man wide open. It's Watkins at the 35. So he's able to pick up the first down with 5.2 seconds to go and dives his way out of bounds. So 11 through the air again for Duncan Bell. And it's his always trusty tight end target, Sam Watkins, who now has 6 receptions on the year. Both of those last 2 take him over 100. He's got 3 touchdowns on the season. 26-6, 5.2 seconds to go here in the first half of play. The nose of the football just sits across the 35-yard line. First down and 10 for Hoxie there. 5.2 seconds to go. Bell out of an empty backfield. He's got 2 receivers split close to the left, 2 in the same formation to the right. 3-man, 4-man front. Takes the snap. He's rolling out to his left. Still rolling. Looking. He throws it as a man and overshoots him. Sam Watkins, almost dangerous, is back there. Almost coming up with a pick was Gage Willoughby at about the 15-yard line, but it falls just in front of him, and the horn will sound. So our first half of play comes to a close here from Smick Memorial Field. It is Oberlin down to the Hoxie Indians 26-6. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the halftime report. Oberlin down 26-6 at the break to Hoxie here on 101.1 KFNF. Halftime here from Smick Memorial Field, where it is Hoxie in front of the Oberlin Red Devils 26-6. Boy, what a beautiful night here for football at Smick Memorial Field, as it is youth cheer night tonight. And so they got all the little kids out there with the pom-poms and all the cheerleaders helping them out. Man, it never gets old watching that. It was a great tailgate going on before the game as well, as they were doing a fundraiser for the elementary playground stuff, and had a great couple of burgers there from Decatur County Beef. I know, oh man, was it good. That's what high school football is all about. Tailgating before the game, making your way in, and enjoying a good burger and watching some great football, and that's what has kind of been put on tonight so far. 26-6 here at the break. Oberlin has given a lot of chances to the Hoxie Indians inside their own 20-yard line, as currently here at the break, 67 degrees outside here at Smick Memorial Field. A little bit of a wind coming in from the south at about 9 miles an hour, but other than that, it is a beautiful night, and I say that in the flag is standing still, so I don't know if that wind is making its way with all the trees kind of behind it here at Smick Memorial Field. It's got to make its way over that hill and down, as we all say, right? 26-6 here at the break. Let's give you your halftime numbers. Let's take you through your scoring summary. Hoxie started off the scoring in quarter number 1 with 10-12 to go. Braden Sheets runs it in from 2 yards out. The 2-point conversion run from him would be no good, and Hoxie would lead it 6-0. This is after Oberlin went 3 and out of their first drive of the game. They gave it off to Caden Sowers to punt. He shanked it, and the ball went out of bounds inside the 30-yard line at about the 28. And 2 plays later, Hoxie was into the end zone with 10-12 to go, and they led it 6-0. Oberlin then on the next drive, on their second play from scrimmage there, would get a 51-yard run from Josiah Pattengall, taking him inside Hoxie territory. He would punch it in a couple of plays later from 6 yards out. The 2-point conversion run from Pattengall would be no good, and we were knotted up at 6 with 8:39 to go in the first quarter of play, and since then it's been 3 straight Hoxie scores, as Hoxie was able to get the football real close again. They went on real close again. After going on a nice long drive there, 4:11 to go, they were able to get it in for a 14-yard touchdown pass. It was a nice long drive that started at the 30-yard line off of the Oberlin kick that kind of forced them to start at their own 30. They methodically worked their way down the field and forced had a third down and third down and 2 or 3 there from inside the 20-yard line. They throw a backdoor screen, and it was a 14-yard touchdown pass from Duncan Bell to Trent Finner. The 2-point conversion run by Sheets would be good, and Hoxie would lead it 14-6 here at the break. Then Oberlin would get the ball back after the kickoff. They would go 3 and out, and the punt would be blocked this time, as the Hoxie Indians would take care of business getting the short field, but they had a holding penalty that drove them all the way back to the 20-yard line. They took it inside the 20. There was an 18-yard pass and catch on second down from Duncan Bell to Trent Finner, who found him wide open over the middle of the 10. He broke a tackle there and ran it in for the touchdown to put Hoxie in front 20-6 after the 2-point conversion. Bell to Monk pass would be no good. And then Hoxie would score again with 10:36 to go in the second quarter of play with a Duncan Bell 1-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion would be no good, as Bell would try to hit Watkins on a pass. And that drive for Hoxie started again inside the red zone after Oberlin had trouble with the punt, and Caden Sowers just tried to run it up the middle of the field. A holding penalty was called. They denied it. They declined the penalty, did Hoxie, so they started with the football right at about the 15-yard line. A couple of plays later, they were into the end zone. 26-6, that's where we sit here at the break. But over that last 10 minutes and 36 seconds, Oberlin had a shot to cut the lead down as they had the football inside the 5-yard line. and decided to go with a pass out of a timeout where they already thrown a pass. It was picked off and ran all the way back for an interception return that was taken off the board. Second time that has happened tonight for Hoxie where they've had a touchdown taken off the board via a holding penalty. Instead, it was a 5-yard penalty, gave the Red Devils a first down. They took a timeout, came out of that, and then ultimately threw a pick as it was kind of tipped up in the air. Something happened where Gage was rolling out to his right, tried to throw it back to the left, and it was picked off by Braden Sheets, and then that Hoxie drive made it out to about midfield there with just a little over a minute left, and Oberlin stood tall and didn't allow him to gain too many yards and get in with striking distance. So at the break, 26-6, as Oberlin outscored by Hoxie in that first quarter, 20-6, and in the second quarter, just 6-0. Oberlin did something that no other team has done, and I said that quickly, but they scored on Hoxie in the first quarter after Hoxie was outscoring their opponents 82-0 in the first quarter of play, so they put up a touchdown there, and certainly I kind of can maybe add that to their resume as they scored on a team that couldn't be scored on in the first quarter, but would love to have a few more touchdowns, though, and a cleaner first half. 26-6 here at the break. Let's take you through your individual numbers. We'll start with the Hoxie Indians. Braden Sheets, 5 carries for 37 yards on the night. Duncan Bell with 4 carries for 10 yards. Easton Nicholson with 1 carry for 6 yards. Braxton Monk with 1 carry for 6 yards on the night. Duncan Bell on the night throwing the football wise is 7 of 9 for 85 yards. He has 7 completions to 5 different receivers. Braxton Monk being one with 2 receptions for 34 yards. Sam Watkins with 2 receptions for 15 yards. Easton Nicholson with 1 reception for 9 yards. Braden Sheets with 1 reception for 13 yards. And Trent Finner with 1 reception for 14 yards as well. For the Oberlin Red Devils individually, Josiah Pattengall with 12 carries for 87 yards, but you take away his 51-yard run there, he's only got 36 yards, so it's been a tough night running the football, and he's came up with a couple of big plays. That one there, I guess the Red Devils have, Josiah with one of them, so he's got a total of 12 carries for 87 yards. Caden Sowers, 4 carries for 7 yards. Willoughby, with 3 carries for 5 yards. Gage throwing the football tonight, 1 of 3 for 30 yards and an interception. His only completion to Tyler Rossmeyer for 30 yards. Team-wise on the night, Oberlin with 22 plays for 129 yards, 99 on the ground, 30 through the air. Hoxie with 20 plays for 144 yards, 59 on the ground, 85 through the air. 1 turnover for the Red Devils, 2 turnovers for the Red Devils, the block punt and the interception. Hoxie, no turnovers. They have 3 penalties for 20 yards. And how about this? Oberlin, no penalties in the first half after 19 last week. So certainly have cleaned up that, but love to clean up some of the mistakes, the block punt and the interception. The turnovers now are killing them instead of the penalties this week. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, just get you some scores from around the state of Kansas. Your halftime report, 26-6. Hoxie out in front over the Oberlin Red Devils here on 101.1 KFNF. Welcome back here from Smick Memorial Field, where the Red Devils are down 26-6 here at the half to the Hoxie Indians. 20-point game. as Hoxie out in front here at the break, 26-6, as the Indians have taken care of business inside Red Devil territory today, as they've started 4 of their drives inside Red Devil territory and have taken care of business here today. They have scored the last 3 straight touchdowns. Get you some scores from around the state of Kansas of note. Holcomb on top of Colby, who's off to an undefeated start. Holcomb up 21-0 at the half there. Madison on top of Northern Heights, 30-0. Argonia Attica on top of Fairfield, 32-12. Other scores from around the state, just had a few pop in as well. Hayes TMP on top of Smith Center, 14-8. Smith Center does not have a win this season, so the Redmen looking to pick up their first win tonight. TMP up 14-8. Lynn is on top of Beloit St. John's Tipton, 20-12. And trying to get you some more scores here. Phillipsburg on top of Russell, 14-7. Plainville on top of Oakley, 7-6 at the break. And still look, Beloit on top of Norton, 7-0. Norton number 1 in Class 2A there. So upset watch maybe halftime. Norton down 7-0. See if that holds through as the Red Devils have charged onto the field with a cannon blast, getting some high fives from the faithful as they run their way back out onto the football field. Other halftime scores. Scott City on top of Hugoton, 28-0. So kind of some halftime scores to watch out for. Beloit, once again on top of Norton, 7-0. Probably the most surprising score out of all of those tonight. Oberlin trying to pull off the comeback here in the second half, 26-6. They're down by 20 to the Hoxie Indians. Hoxie has started with the football in Red Devil territory a lot tonight, as the first drive, they started with it at the 28-yard line of the Red Devils due to a shank punt. The Red Devils then went down and scored. The next drive, Hoxie had to drive all the way from their own 30 and were able to get it into the end zone. The drive after that, it was a blocked punt, so they started with the football inside the 10-yard line there. And then one more after that as the Red Devils tried to make something out of a broken play on a punt, and they started with it at about the 15-yard line or so. That one drive. So out of their 5 drives tonight, 3 have started deep into Red Devil territory. 2 of those have started with inside the 15-yard line, the other just outside the red zone at the 28-yard line. So if the Red Devils can force Hoxie to maybe drive down the field, the Indians might be having some issues. But they did take that one drive and looked like they were pretty comfortable doing that on that drive that started at the 30 of their own, and they took it down for a touchdown. It's been through, and like I said in the pregame show, this Hoxie Indian offense is more balanced than I think anybody's used to seeing a Coach Barr offense be. They love to go through the air. They love to go on the ground. And so far tonight, they have 85 through the air and just 59 on the ground. So the Red Devils doing a good job clogging holes, staying assignment sound, but it's been the big plays on third down or second down that have moved the chains a lot. And I know they added some yards there down the stretch as they were passing a lot to try to get down the field right before half. But even before that, Hoxie kind of had more yards in the passing department than the rushing department. So they're going to try to change that here in the second half. Well, the Red Devils maybe kind of look to stop the pass more, but then you got to look to still stop the run because Braden Sheets has had a pretty good night running the football and has been explosive, but the Red Devils have flocked to him. The Red Devils haven't had a problem getting back to the quarterback. It's Duncan Bell that just flies around all over left or right, knows how much time he has, and he's been able to complete some passes as well as get out of some sacks. He has been sacked a couple of times, though. The Red Devils need to definitely put some pressure on him as the senior quarterback has looked well tonight. 7 of 9 has thrown 2 touchdown passes for 85 yards, and he's thrown 7 completions to 5 different receivers, 2 of which have caught 2 passes, and Braxton Monk and Sam Watkins. Braxton Monk, really the one to look out for there. He's kind of been the target when they've needed a big play. And then on third down, he's really looked to the tight ends of both and the fullback, Nicholson, Watkins, Finner with a big touchdown as well. So Fenner with a big touchdown as well from 22 yards. All right. Getting ready to go for second half action as the clock is at 0, but officials talking with a couple of the coaches from Hoxie, maybe going over a couple of things that they saw at halftime and wanted to talk about with the white hat there. That. All right, second half action here from Smick Memorial Field. Red Devils down by 20 at 26-6. See what halftime adjustments they made, and they got to make them quick on defense as Hoxie starts out with the football. Gus Emick has it teed up at the 30. Stretched out alongside him, and here's the kick. It'll be a nice spinner. It'll be taken right at the 10-yard line, raced up the middle of the football field. It's Monk still on his feet. He's at the 35-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5 before he's finally wrapped up and brought down. So Braxton Monk takes it deep into Red Devil territory. They'll start with a football at the 11-yard line. Braxton came up, received it at the 15, takes it all the way down inside. Man, oh man. What a run back. 26-6, 11:49 to go. And again, Hoxie will start with the football and put Oberlin with their backs against the wall defending their own end zone. So Hoxie will have the football first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. This is now the fourth drive they have started in Red Devil territory tonight, in the third that has started inside the red zone. Bell out of the shotgun, man on his hip. Takes the snap. Bell, read option off of the right side. He's got some running room at the 10, still on his feet before he's going to be dragged down and taken out at the knees there just across the 10-yard line with a pickup of about a yard on first down on the read option. So it'll bring up second down here for the Red Devils, for the Indians, in Red Devil territory at the 9-yard line. Pickup of 2 there for Duncan Bell. It was a huge kickoff return there for Braxton Monk, a 54-yard kick return to take it all the way to the 11-yard line. Gain of 2 on the last play. Bell of the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield. Sends a made a motion. Here's the snap. Jet sweep off to Braxton Monk. He's at the 10 to the 5. He'll dive for the end zone, and he was rocked right at the goal line by Caden Sowers. He came flying in and shoved him out of bounds. Braxton gets up, shaking a little bit. Looks like he's going to be okay, but Caden Sowers on the far side of the field as Braxton was diving for the pylon. Almost got in, but instead they're going to mark him about a yard short, so a pickup of 8 on the jet sweep there to Braxton Monk. And it'll bring up first down and goal now for the Hoxie Indians from the 1-yard line. So the jet sweep works good enough for 8 yards. Needed 9 to get to the end zone. And now Duncan Bell will go out of the I formation here. Heavy set off to the right. Sheets at the tip of the I. Takes the snap. Here's the pitch. It's out to Sheets. No, Monk will cut back, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. So it's Braxton Monk running the quarterback spot. Running the halfback spot, I should say, and it was Braden Sheets running the fullback spot, and he punches it in from 1 yard out with 10:50 to go to put the Indians out in front 32-6. So 10:50 to go here in the third quarter, 32-6. Hoxie now in front on the Monk 1-yard touchdown run. And the 2-point conversion pending here to try to make it 34-6. Bell will go out of the shotgun. He's got Sheets on his hip. Monk just off the line to the right, one receiver out to the left. Bell takes the snap at the waist, hands it off. Sheets bottled up in the backfield. Flags come in from either side. He breaks off a couple of tacklers, dives his way to the end zone, and it'll come up short. And now we'll deal with the flags here. Holding called on the Indians. The penalty will be declined. The try will be no good, and it'll send us to a commercial break. 32-6, Hoxie in front with a 1-yard touchdown run from Braxton Monk. 10:50 to go, third quarter, 32-6, Hoxie in front here on 101.1 KFNF. Welcome back here from Oberlin, where we are in Spick Memorial Field. Third quarter, 10:50 to go in that third quarter, 32-6. Hoxie out in front as they punch in another touchdown, their fourth straight on a 1-yard touchdown run from Braxton Monk. Had holding on the 2-point try that has been enforced on the kickoff. And so they'll kick it off from the 30-yard line. No, it wasn't enforced. And so here is the kick from Trent Finner, a high end over in boots. That'll make its way 5 yards deep out of the back of the end zone for a touchback, and that's where the Oberlin Red Devils will start with the football. So Oberlin, with their first drive of the second half, have got a lot to do on it. The Red Devils, their last drive of the first half, had it inside the 5-yard line and threw an interception. And Hoxie luckily wasn't able to take it and turn it into points, but have taken the Red Devil two turnovers tonight and have turned them into points. Had taken the first one and turned it into points on the block punt. And have been taking care of business with a short field. So Gage Willoughby will go under center. Red Devils out of the I formation. One receiver off to the left. It's Patton Gall at the tip of the eye, takes the snap, a pitch to him. He's got it at the 10, and he'll be wrapped up and brought down to the backfield. Trent Finner swarming in to wrap him up and bring him down by his shoelaces. And with 10:40 and counting to go, it'll force the Red Devils into a second down and 11 or 12 after the loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. So it'll be second down and 12 here for the Red Devils after the loss of 2. From Josiah Pattengall on the first run of the second half. 2nd and 12 for the Red Devils. Willoughby will go under center. Pattengall at the tip of the eye. One receiver out to the right. Man between them is Sowers. Takes the snap, hands it off. Pattengall off the left tackle. Now takes it back up the middle. And he's wrapped up and brought down with a gain of maybe a yard or 2. And gets it back to the original first down. Original line of scrimmage. Their first line of scrimmage on first down. They'll call it 3rd and 11 after just a pickup of 1 there. So 3rd and 11 for the Red Devils from their own 14-yard line. 9:44 and counting to go in the third quarter of play. Under center, Willoughby. Heavy set off to the right. Pattengall at the tip of the eye. Sowers between them. Willoughby will take the snap, hands it off Pattengall, got some running room, stumbled a little bit and dove his way into a pile, and he's able to pick up a couple yards on his dive forward, and the punt team will come on for the Red Devils on 4th down and 8. So 3 and out for the Red Devils on their first drive of the second half. It'll be Garrett Emick to punt it away. The Red Devils have had a shanked punt today and a blocked punt. So give all the credit to the Hoxie defense. Here's the punt. Now it's a bad snap again. Garrett Emick picking it up, and will run it off to the right and be wrapped up and brought down in the backfield behind the 10-yard line. So the ball was at the 17. They're going to place this on just the other side of the 5 at about the 6. It's a loss of 11 there for Garrett Emick. And for his first rushing attempt of the season, that's not how I think he saw that going. So first down and 10 now for Hoxie again inside the Red Devil 10-yard line. They started at the 11 with their first drive after a 54-yard kick return. And now it'll be first down and 10 for Hoxie. First and goal for Hoxie from the 6-yard line. Bell out of the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off. Sheets is wrapped up and brought down right away for a loss of a couple yards. It was Caden Sowers and Theodore Butterfield, running in, wrapping him up and bringing him down right away. And so Hoxie will now have second down and goal from the 8-yard line. From the 7 is what they're going to call it. So just a loss of 1 there for Sheets on the handoff. Second down and goal for the Indians from the 7-yard line of the Red Devils. Bell out of the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off again. This is Nicholson up the middle, who's kaboomed on the turf with a hip throw over the backside there from Easton Nicholson. And he goes down. He was kaboomed out of the Smick Memorial Field turf by Garrett Emick. And it'll bring up third down and goal here for the Indians from the 6-yard line. Easton Nicholson with just his second carry on the night. So third and goal for the Indians from the 6-yard line. See what head coach Lance Barr wants to draw up here. Has drawn up some trickery in these situations so far today. 2 receivers off to the left, 1 to the right here for Bell, who's out of the shotgun. Nobody in the backfield with him, sends a man in motion. Left to right, he comes behind him. Bell takes the snap, looking to throw it out to his right, still rolling, looking. Fires, and it's to Trent Finner, but it'll be knocked out of his hands by Talon Savage right at the goal line and in the end zone. And the Red Devils stand tall on third and goal. And now can they do it on fourth and goal from the 6-yard line? So 6 Hoxie drives today, 4 of which have started in Red Devil territory, and 3 of those 4 have started in the red zone. 2 of those 4 have started with inside the 10-yard line. 3 of the 4, have started with inside the 10-yard line. Fourth and goal here for the Indians from the 6-yard line. 7:34 and counting to go in the third. 7:34, standing still on the scoreboard in the third quarter. 32-6. Bell out of the shotgun, man on his hip. Sheets now transfers over to the right. 2 receiver to the left, none to the right. Bell takes the snap, looking to throw it out to the right. He's flushed out of the pocket, throws it back to the right, and the pass is caught in the end zone for a touchdown by Sam Watkins. Gage Willoughby deflected the pass into his hands, and it's a touchdown for Hoxie from 6 yards out. And the Indians are out in front 38-6, and Gage Willoughby throws his hands out in the air saying, "What else could I have done there? There's nothing I could have done." And it's a 6-yard touchdown pass to Sam Watkins, his third reception of the night for 21 yards. And now a touchdown pass. Another one from Duncan Bell is third. Trent Fenner will be on to attempt the PAT. The kick is up and through the uprights. And so it is 39-6. Hoxie out in front here with 7:28 to go in the third quarter of play. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, more Oberlin Red Devil football here on 101.1 KFNF. Back here from Spick Memorial Field, coming out of the touchdown here from Hoxie to make it 39-6. And they do something that Oberlin has not seen all year long, and that's actually attempt a PAT. And not something that Spick Memorial Field sees a lot anymore. It did in its glory days, but not a lot anymore. And Trent Fenner put it right down the uprights to make it 39-6. It was a touchdown pass from Duncan Bell to Sam Watkins. The Gage Willoughby deflected right at the goal line, and Watkins caught it at the pylon and dove in. Willoughby will go under center here. He's got Caden Sowers directly behind him. Off to the right is Pattengall. Takes the snap, fakes it once, hands it off to Pattengall. Got some running room at the 20, at the 15 to the 20 before he's wrapped up and brought down there. So a solid pickup on first down for the Red Devils brings up second down and 5 from the 20-yard line. So Josiah Pattengall with his 16th carry of the night for 94 yards. 39-6, Hoxie out in front by 33. 6:57 and counting to go here in the third quarter of play. Oberlin with a football. Second down and 5 from their own 20-yard line. Willoughby will go under center. I formation look here for the Red Devils. Willoughby with a heavy set to the left, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. QB run off to the left side. He's at the 20 before he's wrapped up and met right there and pushed out of bounds by Braden Sheets. And so that play will go for maybe a tip of the football. That'll bring up third down and 5 for the Red Devils. So 3rd and 5 for the Red Devils from their own 20-yard line. Their first possession went 3 and out. Another bad snap on the punt. And Garrett Emick was sacked 11 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It set up Hoxie. It took them 4 tries to get into the end zone, but they did to make it 39-6. And now here's Oberlin on 3rd and 5 from the 20. Willoughby takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's flushed out of the pocket, looking, throws it up. It goes off of his hands, slipped out of his hands, I should say, and it was diving its way to the 20-yard line, almost coming in to pick it off was Duncan Bell, but instead it'll fall down onto the turf for an incompletion, and it'll bring out 4th down. So second time I think that's happened tonight. That kind of happened on the first interception that Gage Willoughby threw, or that interception that Gage Willoughby threw there towards the tail end of the first half where it just slipped out of his hands. This is a clean snap to Emick, who gets a high boot that'll carry him over towards the 40, bounce there, and then roll out of bounds at the opposing 35-yard line. We'll see where they want to mark it out of bounds. They're going to make up a couple of steps, and they'll say it went out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. So that's where Hoxie will take over. First time in a long while that they've had to kind of go on a long drive here, and by long, they have to go 42 yards to get another score. They lead 39-6 over your Oberlin Red Devils with 6:27 to go here in the third quarter of play. Red Devils 2 drives in the second half, both of them going 3 and out. Not the half that Brandon Hardwick maybe wanted out of the break. Defensively, the Red Devils maybe found something there, forcing Hoxie to go to the 4 downs to get to the end zone. And now Bell will go to the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers split out wide to the right, 2 close to the left. Bell sends a man in motion left to right across the line at Sheets. He takes the snap, looking to throw it out to the right. Now will throw a home run. Ball has a man, Braxton Monk, who goes for the one-handed catch at the 15, but comes up just a bit short, and it'll bring up second down. Man, oh man, he had Braxton Monk streaking down the middle of the football field as he had his man beat over the middle there. Stuck out the bare paw for the one-handed catch and came up just a bit short on it, and it'll bring up second down and 10 here for the Indians from the 37-yard line. So just the 4th incompletion today for Duncan Bell. 6:21 to go in the third quarter. Hoxie with the football. 2nd and 10 from the 37-yard line. Bell under center. Takes the snap, hands it off. It's Sheets, who went off the right side, cuts back up the middle, gets it out across the 40-yard line, and the clock will start to move here in the third quarter with 6:10 and counting to go now after the pickup there from Braden Sheets for 4 yards. Sheets just with 7 carries on the night for 40 yards. 5:57 and counting to go in the third quarter of play. 39-6, Hoxie out in front. They lead by 33. So the Red Devils trying to get a big stop here. I formation. And now they're going to have a delay of game called. Took a while. They were trying to draw them off sides there on 3rd and 6 from the Red Devil 39-yard line. And so that'll mark them back 5 yards. Oberlin tonight, folks, no penalties. Hoxie, on the other hand, now their 4th penalty for 25 yards. But Hoxie will still have the football. Now instead of 3rd and 5, it's 3rd and 11. That's not what Coach Barr wanted. He wanted to try to get Oberlin to go off sides. They stay assignment sound, stay on the line of scrimmage, and it's Hoxie that has a false start. Bell to the shotgun, no one in there back there with them. 3 receivers to the right, and to the left, takes a snap, throws it on the flat, pass caught by Sheets at the 35 to the 40, still on his feet to the 35, trucks the man, dives his way to the sticks. Did he get enough to pick up the first down? No, they're going to mark him about a half-yard short, and it'll bring up 4th down and decision time here for Lance Barr. I'm sure the decision will be go for it with 4th down and less than a football length away from the first down. So they'll call it 4th and 1. Pickup of 12 through the air on the wide receiver screen. So the Red Devils trying to stand tall here. 4th down and 1 for Hoxie. Here's the snap. It's a pitch out to Sheets. He's got to the 35, cuts back. There's the first down as he dives his way out of the 35-yard line. So he needed just a yard, and he picked up a few more than that, taking it from the 34 to the 30. Pick up a 4 for Braden Sheets, who's now got 8 carries on the night for 44 yards, and a new set of downs with 4:49 to go in the 3rd quarter of play here for the Hoxie Indians, who are up 39-6, trying to make it a 41-point game if they can get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Bell will go under center. I formation look again for the Indians. 1st down and 10 from the 30. Here's the snap. Hand off to Sheets again. He was able to get a couple of blockers and get a nice hole as he makes his way out near the 25-yard line before he's finally wrapped up and brought down. Pickup of 4 there on 1st down to bring up 2nd down and 6. So 2nd and 6. For the Indians from the Red Devil 26-yard line. Started with a football at their own 37 after a successful punt for the Red Devils. Bell under center, I formation look again, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's flushed out of the pocket right away, almost brought down, avoids the sack. Now he's on his horse. He's at the 25-20, 15 to the 10 before he's finally wrapped up and pushed out of bounds just in front of the 10 at the 11-yard line. Duncan Bell, who was flushed out of the pocket right away. It was a QB design rollout pass to the right, and flushing him out right away was Caden Sowers. Just couldn't come up with a sack. He picks up 15 on it anyway. Picks up 15 on it there. Does Duncan Bell. And it'll bring up 1st down and 10 again for the Indians from the 12-yard line of the Red Devils. Close I formation look here. Bell under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Sheets, who's off the right side of the 10 before he's tripped up and brought down there at the line of scrimmage by Garrett Emick, but he stumbles forward for a couple of yards to get inside the 10 at about the 9. Pickup of 3 on 1st down. Pickup of 2, they're going to say, there for Braden Sheets. So 2nd down and 8 now for the Indians. 3:30 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. 39-6. Hoxie out in front. Shotgun set here for Bell. Has Sheets on his hip in the backfield. Heavy set line. Fakes the handoff. No, he does hand it off to Sheets, who will be wrapped up and brought down. The Red Devil defense doing a great job stopping the run. Tyler Rossmeyer finishing him off, but the original hit at the line of scrimmage was by Caden Sowers, who flew in through a hole. Only a pickup of 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. So 3rd and 7 here from for the Indians from the Red Devil 9. 2:53 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Braxton Monk has made his way onto the football field. Duncan Bell will run the play in from head coach Lance Barr on the far sideline. 2:43 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter. 39-6. Hoxie Indians out in front. Bell will go out of the shotgun. One receiver to the right, one to the left. Takes the snap. Bell looking to throw, and the pass is caught by Monk at the 2. Cuts back there, and he makes his way into the end zone as he slips through the fingertips of Gage Willoughby on a cutback and dove for the pylon to get into the end zone. And Hoxie is on the scoreboard again. It's now 45-6. So a 39-point game at 45-6. Trent Finner on to attempt the PAT. He's already 1 for 1. The hold from Sheets. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to the left. So the score will remain 45-6 with 2:27 to go here in the third quarter of play. It is Hoxie 45, Oberlin 6. This is Oberlin Red Devil football here on 101.1 KFNF. Trent Finner's kick goes through the back of the end zone for a touchback, and the Red Devils will start with the football out of the Hoxie Indian. Touchdown with it at first down and 10 from their own 15. Oberlin with 2 drives here in the second half, and both of them have went 3 and out. Hoxie with 3 drives. Their first drive was set up on the opening kickoff to start the second half on a 54-yard kick return. A couple of plays later, they were into the end zone and just scored again on a drive that started at the 38-yard line of their own. Now Oberlin, first down and 10 from the 15. Willoughby under center. Has a man directly behind him, fakes it to him, hands it off to Pattengall. Stutter steps still on his feet as he carries his way out near the 20-yard line. And it'll bring up second down and 6 for the Red Devils after the pickup of 4 from Josiah Pattengall. So it'll bring up second down and 6 for the Red Devils from the 15-yard line. Just in front of the 20 at about the 19, call it. 18. 45-6, 1:54 to go in the third quarter. I formation set here for Gage Willoughby. Willoughby takes the snap, hands it off. Pattengall off the right side, gets to the 20 before he's wrapped up and brought down. And another third down here this time for the Red Devils. It'll be third and about 5. After a pickup of 1 on the ground with the legs of Josiah Pattengall, who have now rushed for 99 yards on the evening. So Gus Simic comes running in and will run the play in. The Red Devils, 2 plays, have gained 5 yards. Now need this last play here to gain 5 and try to move the sticks. I formation set again here for the Red Devils. They go heavier to the set to the left. Pattengall is at the tip of the eye. Willoughby calls out the signals, takes the snap, hands it off to Sowers, who's met, and then gets off of him, and finally is met again at the line of scrimmage and brought down for a gain of nothing. And it'll bring up fourth down and decision time for Brandon Hardwick, who's got a 4th and 5 to end the third quarter maybe, as they're going to have to get off one more play before the end of the third quarter. And it looks like the punt team is running on for Brandon Hardwick and his squad with 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. So Garrett Emick back deep to punt it away from the 10-yard line. Braxton Monk to receive for the Indians just in front of the 20. Here's the kick. It'll be a sideways spinning kick that'll take a bounce at the 35, roll to about the 30, and that's where the Red Devils will pick it up and down it just in front of the 30-yard line with 22.2 seconds left in the third quarter. 45-6, Oberlin trying to stop a Hoxie touchdown to keep the game going. One Hoxie score, and the game will be over. So Oberlin does not want that. 22.2 seconds to go. 45-6. Hoxie out in front. And it's really been a lot of damage that the Red Devils wish they could have back, but Hoxie is just taking care of short field. 22.2 seconds to go. I formation look here. Fakes the handoff to the fullback. Handoff to Sheets. He's off the left side. Gets out across the 35, nearing the 40 before he's finally wrapped up and brought down on first down. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter if Hoxie doesn't want to snap the ball, and it looks like they don't. So a pickup of 7 to end the half, pickup of 6 to end the quarter. And we head to the fourth here from Smick Memorial Field. It is Hoxie 45, Oberlin 6. This is Oberlin Red Devil football here on 101.1 KFNF. On to the fourth quarter here from Smick Memorial Field, and the play clock has started. Hoxie took a little bit of time coming out of the timeout, and the fans here for the Red Devils trying to get a little bit loud here. Bell out of the shotgun, got a man on his hip, takes the snap, hands it off to Sheets. Sheets off the right side, he's at the 40, and still on his feet there as he takes it across the 40 into Red Devil territory to the 35-yard line. It looked like Braden Sheets, who was down to the 40, somehow kept the legs turning, takes it out to the 35. And so after his pickup of 4, he picks up another chunk of yardage there. So a pickup of 7 there for Braden Sheets. And Hoxie has first down and 10 from the 35. It's a pitch out to Sheets. Sheets has it at the 35, cuts back there behind his blockers as he dives his way across the 30-yard line and gets it to about the 29 to bring up second down and short here. So Oberlin trying to prevent a touchdown to keep the game going. Hoxie trying to score a touchdown to end the contest. Second down and 4 for the Indians now. From just across the 30 at the 29-yard line of the Red Devils. Hoxie will break the huddle. Bell will go out of the shotgun. He's got Sheets on his hip. Heavy set to the right, takes the snap, hands it off the left side. Sheets cuts back up the middle, gets the first down and across the 25, diving his way inside the 25 to the 24. Pickup of 6 to move the sticks, and it's another first down with 10:40 to go in the fourth quarter of play for Hoxie. with a 45-6 lead. It's a 41-point game, so a touchdown will extend it over that 45-point rule. Red Devil defense trying to come up clutch here and keep them out of the end zone. Maybe give their offense a chance to strike the tough Hoxie-ended defense. Out of the I formation, Sheets at the tip of the I, takes the snap, hands it off to Sheets, who's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, squeaks through it, and finally wrapped up by the Red Devils secondary with a pickup of a few yards on first down to bring up second down at about 6. They're going to call it 7, so just a pickup of 3 for Braden Sheets, who's certainly had a ton of carries here in the second half. He's now out to 16 carries on the night for 79 yards. 2nd and 7 for the Indians from the Red Devil 21-yard line. 9:53 and counting to go in the third quarter. I formation look. It's a pitch out to Sheets. Sheets has it. Flag will come in. He cuts back there, makes his way inside the 20 to the 15-yard line before he's wrapped up and brought down. And this one will be coming back 10 yards, I assume, with a holding penalty called on the Indians. And so Oberlin catches a break there as Hoxie was just slashing him from rushing yards. And instead, Hoxie will move back 10 yards. They had a touchdown pass, 2 touchdowns, one a pass, the other a run, both called off of the other, an interception run for a touchdown called off via holding. Now it'll bring up second down here and long for the Indians. As what are they going to call this? Second down and 18. From the 35-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Bell. Sends a man in motion left to right. Takes a snap. Fakes the jet sweep. Bell flushed out of the pocket. Rolling out to his right. Now he's going to turn and scramble. He's at the 35. Making his way out to the 30-yard line before he's finally wrapped up and brought down. Excuse me. They are at the 30 for the original line of scrimmage. He took the snap of the 35 and rushed his way out to the near side of the field and was able to maybe gain a half yard or 2 to bring up third down and long here for Coach Lance Barr and the Hoxie Indians, and they're awaiting the play call as they're going to say Duncan Bell did not get anything on that rush, and so it'll bring up third down. If anything, he got about the length of a football. Third down and 15 now they call it. So they did say he was able to pick up 3. Must have scampered just at the last second. Here's the snap. Bell looking, throws down to the flat. Pass caught by Sheets. He's at the 30, the 25. Still on his feet as he dives his way to the 20-yard line. Sticks were sitting all the way inside the 15-yard line. So it'll bring up fourth down and decision time here for Lance Barr. And that little wide receiver screen pass has worked a couple of times. It picks up 10 here for Hoxie. Braden Sheets, who did not have many receptions coming into tonight, just 6 receptions, has had 3 already in the game. And they're going to go for a PAT from a field goal from Finner, and the kick is up and no good, wide to the right. So that was a 37-yard field goal try, and the Red Devils will now get the football. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. And no, they're going to take it back to the 15. So that's where the Red Devils will have the football. First down and 10 from the 15. Interesting choice there by Coach Lance Barr, and we're going to continue playing here in the fourth quarter. And I think even the officials were surprised at that one. So a missed 37-yard attempt. Willoughby will go to the I formation here from his own 15. Willoughby takes the snap, hands it off. This is Patton off the right side, takes it out across the 15, nearing the 20, before he's wrapped up and brought down. And it'll bring up second down for the Red Devils with 8:44 and counting to go, 2nd and 7. So already an improvement for these Red Devils from last year, who lost 46-0 to the Hoxie Indians, and it was over by halftime. They've made it into the fourth quarter and have a chance to go the full distance here if they're able to get a touchdown. So pickup of 3 on that last play from Patton sets up a second down and 7 for the Red Devils from their own 18. Willoughby out under center, one receiver to the right, takes the snap. He's looking to throw, still looking. It's a screen, and he tried to get it out to Caden Sowers, or it's just a little flare route there off of the line for Caden, and instead it'll be thrown just short of his hands at about the 20 is where he was wanting the football, and that was about the line of scrimmage as Willoughby was flushed out of the pocket right away. It'll bring up 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 for the Red Devils from the 18-yard line of their own. Have not been across the 40 in the second half. Have had 3 drives, all of them 3 and outs. And Willoughby comes up to the line here with one receiver out to the right, nobody to the left. It's a 4-man front I formation look. Willoughby takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He runs out to his right, still looking, throws it over the middle. The pass is almost picked off as he was looking for Tyler Osmeyer at the 25, and running in and almost picking it off from behind there was Braxton Monk, who's had himself a heck of a game tonight against the Oberlin Red Devils, and he'll force a 4th down and another punt from the Red Devils. So 4 drives here in the second half for Oberlin. All of them have resulted in 3 and outs, and have not seen the football go across the 40-yard line since that 30-yard pass and catch. And it's a clean snap, clean punt. Braxton Monk will field it at the 30-yard line. He cuts back there, still on his feet at the 35, trying to make some room and some distance as he gets out across the 35. And that's where Hoxie will take over with the football just across the 40-yard line at about the 38. 7:54 to go in the fourth quarter, 45-6. Hoxie out in front of Oberlin. And they'll have 1st down and 10. They're calling it from the 37. So Oberlin again goes 3 and out here in the second half. And like I said in the pregame show, this is a Hoxie Indian defense that is just outstanding. He's only allowed 22 points on the season coming in. Now just 28 with the 6 that Oberlin has put up. Shotgun set for Bell. Man on his hip of the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, none to the left. Bell takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Flush out of the pocket to the right. And he's going to be brought down and sacked. Ball is coughed up. Garrett Emick falls on top of the football. And the Red Devils have it and are back in business with a football at the 21-yard line of the Hoxie Indians as Duncan Bell coughs up the football. It's the first fumble of the season for the Indians. And it was caused on the sack by the Red Devils. Garrett Emick with a fumble recovery. And so the Red Devils have some life here with 7:48 to go. It's a fumble from Duncan Bell. First turnover for Hoxie on the night. Willoughby will go out of the shotgun here. He's got a man on his hip, Pattengall. Takes the snap, hands it off. Pattengall at the 20. Still on his feet at the 15 as he dives his way to the 10-yard line or close to it. They'll mark him at the 11. And a big pickup on 1st down for the Red Devils. Got to about the 12, Needs to get to the 11 to pick up the 1st down. Pickup of 9 there on 1st down for Josiah Pattengall, who was seeing green grass in front of him. But the Indians come up with a big stop to keep him out of the end zone. 45-6, 7:17 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Red Devils coming off of a strip sack fumble, trying to use it to their advantage as they're deep in Hoxie Indian territory. Willoughby out of the shotgun. Man on his hip of the backfield. Willoughby takes the snap. QB design run off the left side, and it'll be wrapped up and brought down for a loss behind the line of scrimmage by about a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Red Devils from the 13, from just inside the 15-yard line, They're going to call it from about the 13, I bet. So the Red Devils, now the 3rd time they have had it across the 40 tonight. They've scored on 1. The other one, they threw a pick inside the 5-yard line, and now have 3rd down and 2. Willoughby under center. Sowers directly behind him. Takes the snap. It's a handoff to Sowers, who plunges his way forward, and he did not get anywhere close to the sticks. They say he maybe gained the length of a football, and it'll bring up 4th down and 2 for the Red Devils from the 13-yard line of the Indians. So now the Red Devils, who are threatening here with 6:04 to go to score, and try to punch in another touchdown. Hoxie has only allowed 1 touchdown since allowing 2 in week 1. So over the last 3 weeks, have only allowed 1 touchdown. It came to Ellis. Only 8 points in that time, too. 4th and 2 for the Red Devils. I formation. Willoughby under center, takes the snap, hand off to Pattengall. He's got the 2 yards and dives his way to the 10-yard line. When in doubt, give it to Josiah, and he's able to pick up 3 and move the sticks and give the Rebels first down and goal at the 10-yard line. So Josiah Pattengall, 21 carries, 114 yards on the night. And trying to punch in a late touchdown here against a stellar Hoxie Indian defense who had their backs against the wall from the get-go on this drive after Duncan Bell commits his 5th turnover of the season. Now has 4 picks and a fumble. And that is the one chink in that armor for Duncan Bell, who's had an amazing game otherwise. 45-6, 5:07 and counting to go. Willoughby under center, and a delay of game will be called. And so the clock ticking down there, and you wondered if the Red Devils realized that. And so now it'll bring up first down and goal for the Red Devils from the 15. 5:05 left in the 4th quarter of play. 45-6. Hoxie in front. Oberlin trying to come in with a late touchdown. Shotgun set here. No, under center is Willoughby, excuse me. Sends a man in motion out of the backfield. That's Pattengall. Takes the snap. Hands it off. No, it's a little trickery to Caden Sowers. He's at the 10. Cuts back at the 5. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Caden Sowers puts it on the board for the Red Devils with 4:57 to go in the 4th quarter of play. So the lead cuts down 45-12 now. And how about that trickery? It looked like Willoughby was going to roll out to the right, and they had Pattengall roll out to the left, and they had Pattengall kind of on a wheel route looking for the end zone. Instead, Willoughby stops dead in his tracks, hands it off to Caden, who is right behind the center, and took it up the middle, cut back of the 5, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown from 15 yards out. Now a 2-point conversion try here with 4:57 to go. The snap, runs it off the right side, looking to get in the end zone. It'll be wrapped up and brought down. Flags come in. 2-point try is no good on the direct snap to Josiah Pattengall. It's going to be holding called on the offense. The penalty is declined, and so Oberlin will kick off to Hoxie. We're going to take a quick break. 4:57 to go in the 4th. 15-yard touchdown run for Caden Sowers. And the Red Devils continue the game when we come back. It's 45-12. Hoxie in front here on 101.1 KFNF. (45-12), Hoxie in front, but the Red Devils will force it to go the full 4 quarters with a big touchdown run there to make it 45-12 from Caden Sowers on a little trickery where the Red Devils made it look like they were going to go with a throw to Josiah Pattengall on a wheel route off to the left side. Instead, Willoughby stops dead in his tracks and didn't really pitch it or anything to Sowers, handed it off to him behind the center. He cuts back a couple of times and gets into the end zone. Gus Emick has it lined up and will kick it off from the 30. And here is the kick. It'll be a high end over end boot that Monk will take at the 15, at the 20 to the 25 before he's finally wrapped up and brought down there. And Monk on his first kick return of the second half took it for 54 yards. This time just takes it for a few and gets the Indians out to just in front of the 20 just in front of the 30 at about the 29-yard line. That's where they'll take over with 4:36 and counting to go here in quarter number 4. 45-12. Hoxie out in front, and the clock is running. Oh, no. As it is a running clock here. So Bell will go out of the shotgun. He's got a man on his hip. That's Sheets. Bell Takes the snap at the chest, hands it off to Sheets, who's got some running room off the 30. Caroms his way to the 35 before he's wrapped up and brought down. It'll bring up second down and short with 4 minutes and counting to go here in the fourth quarter. 45-12. So Oberlin has done something that no team has done since week 1, and that's scored 2 touchdowns against the Hoxie Indians. And they have held them under 50 points, which is something that no team has done since week 1, when Osborne held them to just 20 in a 20-14 loss. 3:39 and counting to go. Bell out of the shotgun again, takes the snap, hands it off to Sheets off the left side. He's still got some running room, takes it out across the 35 to the 40, and that might move the sticks as he picks up 7 on that run after picking up 4 on the first down play. And so Braden Sheets now with 18 carries for 90 yards on the night. 45-12 Hoxie, 3:22 and counting to go in the fourth quarter of play. It'll be first down and 10 for Hoxie right at the 40-yard line. I formation look here from the Indians. Sheets at the top of the I, takes the snap, hands it off to him, and Sheets off the right side, cuts back up the middle, and picks up a few yards before he's tripped up and falls down. And so pickup of 3 on first down to bring up second down and 7. No, they'll call it 4. Make it second down and 6 with 2:50 and counting to go in the fourth quarter of play. 45-12. Oberlin scoring just a second ago. That was the first score of the second half for either team. Very interesting. No, excuse me. First score of the fourth quarter is what I meant to say there. Sorry, not the first score of the second half, but the first score of the fourth quarter. Hawks out of the I formation here, and whistles will blow the play dead. Oberlin calls a timeout. And we will keep it right here. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here of today's contest. Would like to thank High Plains Podiatry, Hoxie State Insurance, J.D. Skiles, Nutrient Ag Solutions of Hoxie, Nutrient Ag Solutions of Oberlin, R&M Service Center, Ray's Grocery, The Bank in downtown Oberlin, United Northwest Federal Credit Union, VAP Construction, Ward Drug Store, Watkins Realty and Insurance, Woofeter Pump and Well, and Equity Bank. Big thank you to all of them for helping us support Oberlin Red Devil and Hoxie Indian Athletics here on 101.1 KFNF. 2:25 to go in quarter number 4, 45-12. Hoxie out in front coming out of the Oberlin Red Devil timeout. So, yes, I did say that wrong. It was the first score of the fourth quarter, Oberlin's touchdown there, with the Caden Sowers 15-yard touchdown run on the trickery. And to take you through that play again, they sent Josiah out of the backfield, and it made it look like he was going to run it on a wheel route. They were going to run a wheel route to him, or Willoughby would roll out to his left or to the far side of the football field there and pitch it to him in the end zone. Instead, Willoughby stopped as he was just about to break to the left, came back towards the middle of the field, and then just handed it off, kind of just, from a normal handshake distance, just handed it off to Sowers, who went behind his center, cut back at the 5, and got to the end zone for the touchdown. Second down and 6 here for the Indians. It's a snap, hand off to Sheets. He's got some running over the 25. At the 35, still on his feet to the 30, moves the sticks inside the 30-yard line with a great pickup on second down. That'll bring up first down and 10 here for the Indians from just across the 30-yard line, or just in front of the 25. See where they want to mark this. Second down and 16 now in quarter number 4. And a pickup of 10. That is Braden Sheets' longest run since he ran for 26 on his first carry. That set up a 2-yard touchdown run just a couple of seconds later from him. 45-12, 1:56 to go in the fourth quarter of play. Hoxie will go under center. Bell takes the snap and will take a knee. And so a couple of more knees, and that might do it, as Oberlin is going to allow the time to tick off maybe, or are they going to want to call a timeout? Try to get the ball back and score another touchdown, as we kind of saw this from St. Francis last week when Oberlin attempted to knee. They called a timeout because they wanted to score again, because it could come down to point differential to get in. to the postseason, but this one just being over that 21-point threshold, I think Brandon Hardwick's going to let it go down as the clock ticking its way under 1:10, and Bell will take another knee, and probably one, maybe two more, and the game will come to a close as it'll now be third down as the clock ticks under a minute. But what a game. Red Devils hold Hoxie under 50 points for the first time in 3 weeks. They score more points than any team has scored against Hoxie in the last 3 weeks. And they score the second most amount of points that Hoxie has let up all year. As they'll take another knee, and that should just about seal it. As the team's kind of starting to congratulate everybody up front, congratulating the officials as well. As Coach Lance Barr now walking out saying, all right, guys, let's line this thing up. And that's what they're going to do as the time will tick off. And the Oberlin Red Devils will be handed their second loss of their season, their first in 2 weeks. And we'll drop to 3-2. Hoxie now 5-0, and they will probably keep that number one number next to the record in many of the polls with a nice win tonight, 45-12 over the Oberlin Red Devils. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, get you final numbers, take a look at some scores across the state of Kansas as well. It's a Hoxie Indian winner tonight, 45-12 over the Oberlin Red Devils. It's Oberlin Red Devil football here on 101.1 KFNF. Back here from Oberlin, where it is a Hoxie Indian winner tonight, 45-12 here at Smick Memorial Field. The Red Devils drop to 3-2 on the season, while Hoxie improves to 5-0. Red Devils now 1-1 in district play, while Hoxie is out to a perfect 2-0 start. A lot of good out of the game for the Red Devils, even though they'd like to have a few of their fourth down punts back and just could never really get a good offensive flow going tonight. And when they did, they just weren't able to use the red zone to their advantage. They were able to score a couple of touchdowns, but Hoxie all over the Oberlin Red Devils tonight, 45-12. Definitely a lot different game than it was last year, where Hoxie came out, attacked from the get-go, and they looked perfect last year. This year had to take on the Red Devils pretty tough, as it was 6-6 for a little bit, but then Hoxie would go on a nice long scoring run there that would take them all the way into the fourth quarter, and they get the win 45-12. Take you through your scoring summary here tonight as Oberlin. Hoxie starting out the scoring tonight in the first quarter with 10 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Braden Sheets ran it in from 2 yards out to lead the Hoxie Indians down the field to make it 6-0. The 2-point conversion run from Sheets would be no good. And with 10-12 to go, it was Hoxie 6, Oberlin 0. That was coming off of an Oberlin 3-and-out in which Caden Sauer shanked the punt off of his foot and set up Hoxie with some nice field position at the 28-yard line. A couple of plays later, they were in the end zone, led it 6-0. Then Oberlin on their next drive got a big run from Josiah Pattengall on second down of 51 yards to take him inside the 10-yard line. A couple of plays later, Josiah Pattengall ran it in from 6 yards out for a touchdown run. His 2-point conversion run would be no good, and we'd be knotted up at 6 apiece with 8:39 to go. Then Hoxie would get the football and drive down the field, taking it all the way inside the 10 before a penalty would knock him back a little bit. But then Duncan Bell would hit Trent Finner on a backside TE screen for a 14-yard touchdown pass. The 2-point conversion run from Sheets would be good, and it would be 14-6. Hoxie out in front. Hoxie would score again after a blocked punt from the Red Devils would put it inside their own 5, but again another penalty would mark them all the way back out across the 20 at about the 22. And that's where Bell would hit Finner again, this time for a 22-yard pass. Found him wide open at about the 10. He cut back and got into the end zone after breaking a couple of tackles. The 2-point conversion pass from Bell to Monk would be no good, and it would be 20-6 with 55.5 ticks left in the first quarter. Oberlin would give the football back after, again, having trouble on the punt, where it would go underneath Caden Sauer's legs. He would pick it up and get it back to the original line of scrimmage, and the Indians would take care of business from there, getting a 1-yard touchdown run from Duncan Bell on a QB sneak. The 2-point conversion pass from Bell to Watkins would be no good, and it would be 26-6 with 10:36 to go in the second quarter. That would be our final score of the first half, and that would be our halftime score of 26-6. Hoxie on the first opening drive of the game would get a lot of help from Braxton Monk, who took it all the way for 54 yards on the opening kickoff of the second half inside Red Devil territory, inside the 10 again, and he would be the one to run it in from 1 yard out on a touchdown run. The 2-point conversion run by Sheets would be no good, and it would be 32-6. Duncan Bell would find Sam Watkins with 7:28 to go on a 6-yard touchdown pass to continue the scoring for the Indians to make it 39-6. It was a pass that was deflected by Gage Willoughby into the hands of Watkins, who had basically 2 steps to get to the end zone after he was able to make the catch, and he did. And Gage, nothing you can do about that one. 39-6 with 7:28 to go in the third. Then Hoxie would score one more time in the third with 2:27 to go on a Duncan Bell to Braxton Monk 9-yard touchdown pass this time to make it 45-6. And Oberlin would finally score again for the first time since the first quarter with 4:57 to go in the fourth on a little bit of trickery. Caden Sauers run it in from 15 yards out for his 5th touchdown run of the season. The 2-point conversion run from Pattengall on the direct snap would be no good. It would be 45-12. Hoxie outscored Oberlin 20-6 in the first quarter, 6-0 in the second, 19-0 in the third. Oberlin outscored Hoxie in the fourth, 6-0 for our 45-12 score. Take you through your individual numbers, starting with Hoxie. Braden Sheets finishes with 20 carries for 104 yards. Duncan Bell with 7 carries for 30 yards. Easton Nicholson with 2 carries for 7 yards. Braxton Monk with 3 carries for 15 yards. Duncan Bell throwing tonight 11 of 15 for 122 yards. Did have a strip sack fumble that set up the Oberlin Red Devils with great field position that ultimately led to the touchdown a couple of plays later for him in the fourth quarter. Braxton Monk with 2 receptions receptions tonight for 21 yards. Same for Sam Watkins, but instead he had 3 receptions for 21 yards. Easton Nicholson with 1 reception for 9 yards, 35 yards, and 3 receptions for Braden Sheets, 36 yards and 2 receptions for Trent Finner. For the Oberlin Red Devils individually, Josiah Pattengall with another 100-yard game as he finishes with 21 carries for 114 yards on the night. Caden Sowers, 6 carries for 22 yards. Gage Willoughby with 5 carries for 4 yards. Garrett Emick, who had a snap go between his legs on a punt, fell on top of the football for a minus 11-yard rush. So he has 1 rush for minus 11 yards on the year. Gage Willoughby on the night throwing the football. Tough night for him after he'd been really, really good over the past couple of weeks throwing the football. Tonight, not so much. A tough night for him in that department. 1 of 6 for 30 yards and an interception. Josiah Pattengall did not attempt to pass tonight. The 1 completion did go to Tyler Rossmeyer, though, on a nice home run ball down the middle of the field for 30 yards. Stats summary, taking a look at into the team stats. Oberlin finishes with 39 total plays for 159 yards. They get 129 on the ground, 30 through the air. Hoxie, 156 on the ground, 122 through the air for a total of 278 on 47 plays. And compared to last week, that's pretty good. Hoxie, who just had 255 against Stockton, but had been getting over 300 in those 2 games before that. So the Red Devils hold them under 300 yards, but they still put up 45 points. And maybe if Oberlin made them go on some long drives, they'd probably have a few more yards, but it was a lot of plays inside the red zone and inside their half, the Oberlin Red Devil half of the 40. Oberlin Red Devils, how about this? No penalties tonight. That's really, really great. No penalties. They had a couple that were declined. So technically they had a couple, but both of them were declined. They had a couple of turnovers tonight, a block punt and the interception. Hoxie just 1 turnover, that fumble from Duncan Bell. Once again, 45-12, your final score. Hoxie with the win. We'll take a quick break, wrap things up here from Smick Memorial Field. Hoxie with a win, 45-12. Welcome back here from Oberlin, wrapping things up for a final time tonight. 45-12. It is a Red Devil winner here tonight. It is a Hoxie Indian winner here tonight as the Indians get the win 45-12. Take you through some scores from around the state of Kansas. As one score that we looked at there at halftime that was of note was that Norton game. Norton, the number 1 team in Class 2A, was down 7-0 at half to Beloit. Well, they scored 2 touchdowns, don't allow none of the second half. They win at 14-7. Dighton over Logan Palco tonight, 44-14. Sylvan Lucas all over over Lakeside, 50-0. So Sylvan Lucas off to a 5-0 start. Holcomb hands Colby their first loss, 41-7. Tonight, so a tough way to go out there on your first loss of the season for Colby. Some other scores: Golden Plains all over Northern Valley, 59-14. How about that? Bulldogs very much improved from last season. As you know, Madison takes down Northern Heights, 48-2. There. And some other scores from 8-man Division I action. Like I mentioned, Norton over Beloit, 14-7. Little River over Canton Galva, 66-6. Phillipsburg over Russell, 28-7. And Kiowa County over Udall, 62-12. Scott City over Hugoton, 50-0. Central Plains over Gossell, 50-0 at the half. And that is all the scores that we can pass along to you here at the end of this one. But is a Hoxie Indian winner by a final score of 45-12 tonight. Hoxie, next time out, they will be at home, taking on the Hill City Ringnecks, who had a big matchup with St. Francis tonight. Oberlin, next match coming up next week against the Stockton Tigers on the road, as the Oberlin Red Devils looking to get back in that win column, especially in district action, as they'll meet up with the Stockton Tigers, who have not won a game and have not scored a point this season. So the Tigers will try to do it against the Red Devils next week. The Red Devils will try to keep that streak going, as they'll take on the Tigers from Stockton. Coming up next week, we'll have all the coverage starting with pregame at 6 and kickoff at 7 o'clock right here on KFNF. Don't forget, we'll have Oberlin Red Devil volleyball basically all day long coming up tomorrow, as the Oberlin volleyball tournament taking place. We'll have coverage starting at 9 a.m. and running all the way through the day. It'll also be over on our 101.1 KFNF YouTube channel. So once again, the Hoxie Indians get the win 45-12. Oberlin drops to 3-2 and 1-1 in district play. That'll do it for us here from Oberlin. I'm Sam Knoll signing off, saying so long and good night.